Good morning, afternoon, and/or evening, depending on time zone, people of the internet. Welcome to Neon Lights Roleplay. I am your host for the afternoon, morning, or evening, depending on time zone, and I welcome you to In His Divine Name, the OnlyWar actual play live stream. See, I figured out the acronyms, by the way. I see, nailed it. I'm here. I'm back with the squad, and I mean that quite literally. The squad. These five lovely players belayed out before me. And I'm going to allow them the chance to tell you who they are. We have quite the session ahead of us, and I think it's going to be important that you know who these awesome people are before you see the great things they're capable of. So please, if you wouldn't mind, in overlay order, tell the people who you are, where you can be found at, and who you're playing today.
Oh, I'm Purple Phil. You can find me around the internet as Purple Phil. I'm a lot of different places in the Discord, or I have a Twitter. I don't really use it. But I will be playing Marius Ferriccioli, the sergeant and leader of the group. Just you know him well. Yeah, I don't know. That's about it. Possibly he's a gene stealer. Who knows? We'll find out. Maybe. With that, I'll.
Possible gene stealer, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Maybe.
Or
The world may
maybe
never
some
know.
of us do know. I will.
Funnily enough, it's not the player.
Oh gosh,
is
how did
it?
those grenades end up in your pocket? Oh, no, here, I'll grab them for you. Oh no, I only grabbed the pins.
Tragic. I'm
Anyways,
sorry. I hate to derail, but have you guys seen the video of the guy who set off a grenade in his car? Oh,
no.
it's so
No.
funny. It's just two guys
Kieran?
playing with a grenade, and one of them like pulls the pin by accident, and then you see them freak out. He shoves it in the glove compartment, and you see them both take off, and then hear an explosion. I'm pretty sure it's faked, but either way, it's hilarious. I'll find it later and link it. Go ahead, guys.
Okay. Hey guys, you know who does know? You. It's me, Sir Heckalat. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter and in our lovely Discord at Sir Heckalat. You should definitely join in. We have a good time. Today I'll be playing Taman Feldust, the medic, with her medical aide Benin. And that's all I got. Let's keep on keeping on.
All right, well that brings it to me. Hey everybody, my name is Turk or Turk Accented on Twitch and Twitter. I will be playing Kieran Lopata, the gun shooting, booty booting, rootinest, tootinest,
Nope,
shootinest, shotnest, blowing it
Be
up in this
rootin'.
fella this side of the West. I know y'all to save a horse and ride a cowboy, because dear God, we're probably all riding to hell anyway.
Might as well make it fun.
Be
It's my
rootin',
fault.
be
I encourage this.
tootin',
It's
and
my
by
fault.
God, be
It's my fault.
shootin'.
I enabled it. It's my fault. It's my fault. Actually, I'm sorry. That's entirely my fault.
Look, I'm here to do two things, and I already blew up someone with a crack grenade, so
Guess it's time to blow something else. I'm gonna leave that.
yeah,
I'm sorry. I'll see you later.
I'm gonna shoot my shot
I'm gonna.
and my
Back to
load.
the stream, guys. See you later.
All right, is this the point where we just start over? You go from the top again?
Look.
No. We're keeping this in.
It's fine. It's very important. And
Fox, I think
Whenever
you
you're
kicked
ready.
anyway, yeah, that is me. It's all gonna be great. I feel like I had more to say, but it seems people want me to stop, so I'm gonna throw it over to Jay.
Hello, Mysterian. I am officially broken. Congrats, guys. Thank you for ruining what little innocence I had left. I didn't have
what?
any, but I will be playing with Nora Valsier, our resident section psycher, who is probably going to be right along with Turk blowing things up just a lot more fiery.
You're the
Throw it over.
incendiary. Got it.
Yep. Throw it over to you, Shock.
All right. So yes, I am Shock Point Failure. I have once again reprised my role as one Ziggy 86 Anselin, and I just noticed that there is a minor issue on the overlay, but we're going to ignore that for the time being. But yeah, I am the resident tech priest and advocate for the Omnissiah and my own religion. So
Wait. What's the overlay issue? You should say that because I'm not the one streaming, so I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I can't tell.
88.
Wait,
Yes.
really?
yes.
Oh, I'll fix that at some point. That's my fault. I so.
Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
moving right along. Outside of this, you can find me on my own streaming channel as well as on Twitch. Sorry, not Twitch, but Twitter at sharkpoint622. We can deal with all that other stuff later. But yeah, so we're about to do some stuff, aren't we?
Where are we dropping, boys?
Yep. All right. And lastly, but not leastly,
shitter
ideally,
paused.
hopefully, if you don't know who I am, then welcome to the channel for the first time. I'm Young Foxxii. I do a lot of stuff over here. Today I'll be your game master and playing every single person that's not these people, including the ones they'll be shooting pretty soon. Speaking of which, if we're gonna bring ourselves back in, last session saw our squad, our adventurers, our heroes. Also, I just realized a critical issue. Wait, hold up. Give me 1 second. Spree, if you're still here, do you have Sirenscape running? You should get that. I just realized because you're the one streaming, and so the sound will go to everyone but you and all of chat. So we should fix that before I put some sound on. It's cool. I didn't put any sound on yet, so we're fine. So I'll keep my recap going. Last session saw our squad recover from their mission to secure the Munitorum Depot. Some wounds were sewed, some new bonds were possibly knit, and in that, the squad retired to the barracks to spend some time recovering, asking some questions, and just re-upping on gear. Along the way, Lenora, along with the aid of Phaedra, her assistant, and some others, came across a rather dire conspiracy. It appears there are some traitorous elements amongst the battalion and perhaps the invasion force at large. And not just traitorous elements. These traitor elements appear to be servants of a gene stealer cult. No telling who you can trust, who is who they say they are, or what secrets others may be hiding. Unfortunately, there are much more important matters to be dealt with first, as the siege of Hive Nexus is upon us. For the past day or so, our team of adventurers, our squad, has been traveling with a large convoy, making their way on towards Hive Nexus. It's about a day or two's journey. So after about a solid days of flying in your new Vulture gunship you've been offered, Deliverance 5 is this one, as your previous one was shot down, unfortunately. Your new pilot's a bit more quiet. He doesn't seem to interact with you guys too much. He's more just like, get his job done. If you need him, talk to him. Otherwise, he's gonna just, be pretty, pretty solemn guy. Doesn't really want to be here or around much. But you fly for about a day or so, and then you stop, and you don't even really make a decent camp the first day. You mostly just like pull down some racks in your gunship and try to get a little bit of get some good shut eye in for about 6 or so hours so you can rest up. Mostly so you can make the maximum amount of time, on the road. As you're sort of traveling for a bit, you eventually end up sort of traveling for another day or so. The second day's travel, just as sort of the sun peaks back down against the horizon, bringing in the pale of night, your Vulture gunship touches down just not too far outside of the walls of Hive Nexus, and you are opened to the sort of sounds of the night air. A couple different things are easily noticeable. The first is that just a solid wind begins to fill you. And also, as this is sort of your first time really getting to take in the wildlife of this place for a while, there's some ambient insect buzzing and some other, fauna off in the distance. Nothing too decent, as this world is mostly desolate, but, small insect life, maybe a little lizard here or there if you're noticing it. Decently off in the distance, you can also make out the sounds of explosions. And in fact, if you look off in the distance, you can occasionally just see the night sky light up in a slight flare as just beyond you, there's this towering, imposing figure, like a crystalline shard, rising up as if metal and as if metal and stone were simply pulled up by a god in a hand. This is the towering, imposing figure of Hive Nexus. Layers and layers and layers of buildings towering up into this hive tower with huge walls all around it. And you can see rounds and explosives bursting in the air in the distance. From this distance, you're pretty far from the siege camp, so it's not like it's loud enough to burst the eardrums or anything, but you can still hear the siege batteries firing in rank and file, constantly putting out that steady barrage of fire. You're mostly aware that the plan is mostly just to crack the wall, pretty much, crack the forward wall on the southern front, and just allow the infantry battalions and the artillery battalions to just do a solid push straight into the hive. Curiously enough, though, you haven't really been given any direct orders for what the airborne battalion will be doing. You've been sort of kind of just told, like, standing orders travel with the rest of the invasion force, and you'll be given more specific orders at that as that happens. And you're considering this for a while. You're spending some time setting up. This time, unlike last night, you actually get some small Aquila landers come down, opened up with some large supply crates. Some servitors begin to come out. Some of them get to unpack into large, sort of like small hab tents that you can for spending the night in. Others begin to move over crates of supplies for like small bastions or watch posts, or for lumen globes to light up the area, or even some small places to make like Promethean fires going for food and going things. Just like a much more comfortable campsite for the evening than last night, where you basically just slept in your gunship. As you're kind of helping out with this effort, moving around some things, your squad specifically does notice your commanding officer, Marv Seston, walks over to you. He is dressed not in his sort of battalion dress, but in his battle armor and his plate, a full set of flak armor with some harder reinforcements around the shoulders. He does still have pins and markings of several different conflicts, and medals of honor straight across his right pauldron. On his right shoulder, he has a symbol of a skull with a wreath going around it. It's a symbol of command, indicating him as a commanding officer. He has his helmet off, but it's kind of slung under his shoulder. He doesn't have his weapon near him, but he does have a sidearm on him, a plasma pistol tucked at his hip. He kind of just walks casually over to the squad and says, "Vericcioli,
Sir.
Addies, I need 3 of your members, if you don't mind.
Sure. Anything in particular?
Just help him move some stuff."
Right. Remus, Kieran, Siggy, you don't mind?
I can assist.
All right.
Nice.
You 3 with me. The rest of you just finish getting comfortable. And so that you 3 will head off with the commanding officer, and the rest of you kind of spend your night. About an hour or so passes, some time. The 3 of you are just kind of helping him sort of move some things in general. He does indicate a couple of crates off in one of the landers off to the side that are sort of specifically marked, while the rest of the crates are all just sort of standard kind of gray-green, militarum standard, supply crates. The other 3 are sort of slightly darker colored, a bit like a dull burnt orange almost, and they kind of are like a bit smaller and tucked off into the side. He just says, "Bring those 3 out last." And just kind of let you know, but doesn't really say anything else about it. The rest of you who are off kind of just getting busy, if there's anything other super important you want to do right now, anything you want to talk about or offer any help with, then you can do that right now. Otherwise, just the time passes with nothing else going on. But what does happen is after about an hour or so, Commander Seston, he does pop, sort of move around to one of these sort of large Promethean fires. It's kind of blazing this large sort of inferno going around. There are some soldiers who are already around it. Some of them appear to have taken some of their time to go out and take some pot shots at some stray lizards. Some of them even seem to have nailed some and have stuck them on some sticks and are getting some roast on. Just standard soldier jargon. Some have even just gotten bored and are like picking up random like boots they like picked off a dead enemy and are like roasting them in the fire. Just all kinds of random stuff. Soldiers, soldiers do all kinds of stupid stuff when they have spare time. And the commander kind of walks over, and while some soldiers do kind of like try to shuffle up to a quick attention, anybody who kind of does that, you just quickly kind of start letting them back down, just like, "Whatever you're doing, put it down, gather around," and start kind of like shouting out to all the rest of the battalion, like, so not just your squad, but the entirety of your company is starting to gather around. And so if you all kind of just like, you can assemble as a squad or you can assemble loosely. There's not like there's no one's assembling in like a rank, kind of just like a loose huddle around him. Just says, "Is that all of you? All right. I'm dog all tired, so I'll make this pretty quick if I can. Siege happens tomorrow. You understand that? However, we've been given some rather specific orders given some intel that's developed recently. Hive Nexus is a stronghold for the Separatists in this region. It's where they launch most of their attacks from. It's also where they keep their supply lines flowing through. The spaceport here is where they land ships from the other side of the planet and dock in to allow, to allow them to keep supplies flowing in. Without that, if that gets cut off, they're running on their ground supplies for a while and we can starve them out. Having said that, the siege is mostly one of attrition. You can already hear the guns in the distance pounding down the walls, and after that happens tomorrow, the infantry battalions, all of our armor and our artillery push in for a hard and straightforward push. Street to street, wall to wall, taking anything that we can with no prisoners. However, we've learned something a bit interesting recently. The Separatists, if you couldn't guess, are commanded by the one of the two planetary governors of this planet, now the only one remaining alive. His name has strangely been changed around in some records, but these days he simply goes by the Inheritor. Having said that, from what we understand, he's been operating out of an Arbitrate's court in the southern district of Hive Nexus. He's here. As I understand, our orders are not to follow in with the main push. Our company will mount up about an hour and a half past the main infantry barrage. We will travel past the main siege across to the eastern wall of the settlement, which will already be effectively our planes and other assets will have cracked the hole in the walls already by that time. We will push through street to street in the same manner as the infantry battalions. Your goal, however, will not be to take and hold any ground. You will clear building to building, push through to the Arbitrate's court, secure that one building. You will find the Inheritor, and you will take him alive. Understand that more than anything else, you are not to kill him. Do I make myself clear?
Crystal.
Seeing
Yes,
some
sir.
faint nods of approval and some acceptance, says, all right, to the gritty then. This is not going to be like anything we've done already on this planet. I know this is first deployment for, well, a lot of you. So this won't simply be your standard urban combat or pushing territory. This won't be your standard field combat or pushing territory. Urban combat is quick, devastating, and brutal. It is all about superior firepower localized, meaning in the moment, it's how many guns you can get on them and how many guns they can't get on you. Sometimes you will lose that exchange. I'm going to say this as simply as I can. My goal is to get as many of you as I can back to base after this is all over. I will fail for plenty of you tomorrow. And I am sorry in advance for that. But if you go into that battle with faith in your hearts, courage, determination, and more than anything else, camaraderie in the soldier next to you, should you die, the Emperor is already waiting to shield your souls. And we will all be waiting to celebrate you afterwards. Now, enough of the morbidity. And at this point, he will indicate over, and the three of you who he told who he sent to help out will be bringing over those three smaller crates. He says, "You put those down right here in front of me." Plop those down. He says, "All right, head back to your squads." He walks over, kicks open that first one. It cracks open. There's a hiss of sort of cold steam. As you look, and if any of you peek in, there are just rows of these sort of solid metal cans. And he says, "There's the alcohol." He kicks open the second one, and there are a bunch of small boxes. And if you look in them, they're kind of sealed with a small kind of plastic seal. And then these rows of thick cigars in them. He says, "There are the smokes." And he clicks open the third one, and there's just all kinds of shit. There's like a small little like weird kind of musical instrument of some kind. There's some various like sports balls and things, a couple board games, some all kinds of things. He says, "And there's your entertainment. Have a good fucking night, kids." And he sort of walks off. And you guys now have the night to party with the rest of the regiment. You can do literally whatever you want. And so what I'd like to do is, and we don't have to do overlay order. We can kind of, as it comes to you, let me know what you feel like is going to be happening for you this evening. What are you getting into? What's your plan for the night?
Can I play a weird green electric violin
I'm
thing?
so glad you picked up the fucking reference. I am so glad. And yes, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. You fucking hold on. Give me.
Please.
All right. Do me a favor. Do me a favor, homie. Go ahead and RP out how you handle going about picking this up, and if any of y'all want to react to like Kieran starting to like randomly go for this.
Yeah, I mean,
island, play that out while I work on a thing real quick. Give me a minute. Go ahead.
Kieran's
go
gonna like be standing like obviously he's right there. He dropped the damn thing off, and he's gonna look at where? Yeah. Stab open the top of a can, down it, head over to the entertainment, and we'll like everyone's kind of going out through it, picking through, balls get thrown, being distributed. he's gonna kind of reach in as he picks up like it looks like a violin kind of thing, but as he kind of tucks under his chin, it's got a very like metallic synthy, almost guitar-esque tone as the entire thing kind of vibrates, and he's just gonna kind of like smile to himself and then start just laying on it, very jaunty tune.
1 second, I've almost got it.
All right. While you're getting
It's on
in tune with your instrument, Ziggy's just going to reach into the alcohol crate, shuffle around in there, and deliberately pick the thing with the highest possible proof in the entire collection. Not to drink, actually, but to augment his oils for later.
You gotta prioritize. I hope this is good enough. I haven't heard this yet. I hope it's good enough. Wait, did I do it right?
Did you do it right?
Let me see. It should be playing. Do the thing. Wait. Is it not? Did I fuck it up? Hold up. Let me turn it up a little bit. There we go. Anything?
There we go.
There we go.
This is very good.
Enjoy.
It's a little sad, but it's okay.
It's the best I can find in the moment. I'll see if I can find
You're fine.
right now. So yeah, take it
Only
away.
down south and land of traders.
Yeah.
Little snakes hanging out. The gators run away.
So we got Kieran strumming away, getting himself a tune for a concerto for his squad mates. Some are starting to gather around and like some are kind of jeering a little bit, like in a jaunty manner, just like, "Well, Pod, I didn't know you had any talent. What are you talking about?"
Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna complain there? Or you gonna dance?
You know, fair enough. And some of them just start breaking off and goofy little chives. Some of them are even just like pairing up and like in squad to squad, doing like little dances around each other. Some of them are kind of clapping around, just cheering you on. Someone's even like adding like a goofy little like song tone to this. The lyrics don't make any fucking sense, but like they're just kind of like drunkenly like downing a drink, lighting a cigar, and just like adding in some random lyrics about battle and brotherhood and all kinds of nonsense. Just having a great time, And so we got Kieran having a great time with that. Ziggy's grabbed the kegger for later, which is fair. No one's stopping you from doing that. Definitely getting a couple of glances, just like a couple like, do the cogheads drink? I mean, it's probably like fuel or something, right? I don't know. We shouldn't say that out loud. He'd probably get offended by that. Ooh. So yeah, I mean, some of them even like as they see you grab one, it's like, "Hey, all right, Cogsy, I can see you. Yeah, have a great time with you." Then you kind of like shuffle away. They're just like, "All right, yeah." And they're kind of just trying to like not make it awkward.
Like, to be fair, Ziggy's not going far. It's just he just literally just pocketed the bottle. He didn't even try opening it. He just grabbed that thing with the highest proof, slipped into his robes, and then sat down somewhere nearby.
Fair enough. So let's see, who haven't we checked in with yet? We haven't checked in with the sergeant, we haven't checked in with Lenora, and we haven't checked in with Benin, or with Taman and Benin just yet. So any of the three of you, what y'all doing?
I feel like at first Taman would be like very out of her element. She's not like, someone that like parties or partakes a whole lot. So she would probably like partake in a drink or two. And then like finally get a little bit like more into the celebration or something. I'm actually curious. Where would the sergeant be at this point?
Yeah, I think the sergeant would kind of see this and very similarly not going to be someone who partakes to partying very hard and is probably, I don't think he leaves, but he's definitely kind of just like, yep, everyone else, this is time for everyone to have their fun because it's going to be bad tomorrow. But it's just kind of like in a sit back, relaxed kind of position. Not like directly in the fun, but just like observing almost.
Well, there's good music and stuff, so yeah. If Taman sees him, she's gonna look to Kieran playing first. Look to him like, the sergeant, big kind of a wallflower, and then just like hold out a hand and just like, care to dance?
Sure.
Yeah, get him out on the dance floor. We're gonna dance.
I need it! Yes! Sorry. Okay.
Wow.
Bringing it back. Sorry. Apologies.
That's a reaction, all right.
Yeah, sorry. I saw it in my head, and I was a really big fan of it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah. So like, yeah, I love this. I love this. Like this. Like, I love this scene of just like Kieran kind of like playing a little bit, and then Taman's kind of just like, all right. And I imagine like in my head a bit, and tell me if I'm wrong on this. I feel like Kieran would see this and kind of like come over to them and start playing a bit more, like direct, kind of like directly at them, just kind of like being a little bit annoying about this. Yeah, you know. Again, he gets the reference. This is why we're friends, Turk. Have I mentioned that I love you recently? I should say that recently. I love you a lot, Turk.
Oh, thank you.
Very good.
So yeah, I guess that tells us where the sergeant and
Oh,
You-
sir.
You're
Oh, no, you're
right.
right.
Still
Nope.
nothing.
wait, there it is. Okay, I
There it
did it
is.
again. I bumped my USB again. I gotta.
Maybe have that
My
in a
power
different
back a little
spot.
There we go. Cool, got you. All right, so we've figured out where the sergeant and Taman currently are, and we'll check back in with them in just a little bit. Lenora, what are you currently up to?
Lenora is probably a little more disconnected from the group, off on the side, observing, but not really caring to join. Her gaze is kind of looking around at, splitting between the group, like her squad, and then some of the others that are hanging around, because it's the full group here, right? Like our full infantry.
Yep.
Yeah, so she's people watching for her own reasons, not to be a wallflower, but
Reasonable. Oh, also, thank you for the new follow. We just noticed. Appreciate that. Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Man.
So yes, so fair enough. Lenora, you're mostly just looking around, noticing, and everyone mostly seems to be kind of just, you know, gallivanting around, having a good time. A good chunk of the soldiers are drinking at this point. Like, they've pretty much, like, already chucked out a good, like, quarter of this, like, large chest full of all this alcohol already. They've already gone through it. Some of the others are, like, hanging in circles. Like, some of them are, like, you know, in circles, kind of smoking on those cigars and, like, telling war stories or something like that. Some you can see, a couple of them are, like, you know, like, either with drinks in hand and are drinking, or just like by themselves, or sometimes in groups, just sobbing, crying over lost friends or comrades they don't have anymore. You know, some are pouring out drinks, or, you know, you can see some are probably engaging in some kind of, you know, ceremonies where they're kind of like giving a chant or something and then taking a drink together. You know, all kinds of different various, you know, sort of messages of camaraderie and things like that. But overall, there's definitely a couple other wallflowers, in particular, like in a similar manner to you, from like not too far away. Phaedra's kind of just like hanging out. Like, she sees you kind of over and like, you know, offers like a nod or a quick wave. But other than that, she's kind of just like hanging out, people watching, you know, updating the shipping charts in her head. Gotta make sure. gotta keep tabs.
of course.
And is there anything else you wanna take with that, Lenora? Or
If Lenore has something, I can wait for a second.
No, I'm good.
cool. Zig, you got a thing going on?
Yeah, Ziggy is going to stand up like a little ways into the song and gonna crank up his vocals just a bit to make sure it carries. One-time offer for anyone willing. Fair trade. Beat me in a logic game, or offer something of equal value, and I will bless your weapons for the upcoming battle.
You know, just like stop playing for a second. Think as far as they can. Realize you're not gonna win and go back to playing.
That would be.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think there are a couple soldiers who who think about this. Like, there's at least one or two who like walk up and go like, and like one of them even like goes to do it. His friend's just like, don't do that. It's not a good. Save your trouble.
It's a hustle, dude.
Yeah, I feel like one soldier does walk up and he's like, all right. I got one for you, Kage. I got one for you. You ready? Check it out. I am at the beginning of the end. I am at the end of the middle, and I'm in the middle of the beginning. What am I?
The beginning of the end of the middle, and the middle of the end.
Yeah, the middle of the beginning.
Middle of the beginning.
Sorry, I'm a little drunk. Yeah, beat that one, Cogsy.
Well, the simple answer would probably be a process. But I don't think you were thinking like that.
A what now?
I would say change.
Yeah, that's really deep, Cogs. The answer was the letter E, but... Shit.
E isn't in the middle of beginning.
I know. There's an E in the middle of the beginning. It's not at the end.
It's
not
the second letter.
Okay, that's still the middle of the word. It's not like at the beginning or the end. I don't want to hear this, all right?
It was.
It was the correct answer, but I'm still
totally aware
heckling.
it's the correct answer, but
You know what? You don't know anything anyway. He just like kind of yells. It's like it starts to like walk off.
however, as a consolation, he says before he walks off, I will bless your sidearm.
Yeah, why not? I'll pop a heretic in his head for you. Kind of
right.
picks up a pistol and like drops it in front of you and says, "Bring that back to squad 2 whenever you feel like it."
Ziggy nods and he actually does go through a series of rites to bless the weapon and its machine spirit.
Oh, that's sweet of you. And yeah, like as you kind of bring it over to squad 2, the other member kind of just like whisper like, "Wow, that's really fucking cool, actually." Huh? What? He kind of takes it. He almost takes it a bit reverently, just like, "Hey, thanks."
Ziggy nods and says, do good work with it.
I'll do what I can. And he holsters it. And around this time, a couple of other sort of small things happen. A random soldier, you've probably not seen him before unless you were deliberately looking, but you can tell by like the markings on his things he's in squad 4. Comes over to you, Lenora, and is like, "Everyone's dancing. Feels kind of weird not, huh?"
Why would it be weird? Some people just don't like to dance.
Gotta falters a bit. Just, yeah, I guess. Sorry, that was, I don't, you know, drink?
Sure.
Cool. I'll be back. Don't move. And he just kind of shambles off. And if you happen to look over, you might briefly catch Phaedra just squealing into her own hands briefly, just
Very confused. Like, doesn't get why.
Shipping short.
And another thing that happens around this moment is, so Kieran, as you're kind of like playing through your tune, you're kind of really getting into this for a bit. You're really feeling it. You almost don't notice that some other sounds start to kind of join yours, kind of creating this weird kind of harmony. And eventually you do kind of like, you kind of peer back over and notice. And if you look over, you can see that Flint is kind of like organized some other soldiers who he knows like can kind of play. And they're kind of like telling him like, "All right, come on, you idiots, like get to it." And at that point, he kind of like thumbs you to come over a little bit.
Alright, I'll like slow down a bit and head over. Like, what is going on here?
I figured you need an orchestra, eh?
Orchestra.
Yeah. It's like the second act of the show. They get to bring in the whole, you know.
Damn, Clint, you lose an arm, you get a whole lot more planny.
I be thinking a lot these days, boss.
It's because you got less blood run through your body.
That's what I think too. More of it in my head, you know.
Exactly.
Anywho, I know a couple of the guys around some other squads who can diddle around with some other things, so I figured I'd try to organize these idiots. They don't sound that bad, if you think.
You know a few diddlers.
Yeah.
How'd you find that?
Goddamn. And then you see him like peek over for a bit, And he just says, speaking of which, I think we're getting about Act 3 of that show, where the main player starts to kind of take a sort of a step back. Let them take over for a bit, eh? He kind of slings around the shoulder for a bit and kind of like tries to bring you along with him.
Fine, he tried. Oh, he like pats off the violin to someone else and just kind of like.
He walks over for a little bit, and he eventually comes sort of to like the area other squads are gathering. Walks over to you, Sarge, and says, "Apologies for the interruption, Sarge, but I wanted to check on a few of the some of the crates over in the storage. Make sure we have all our enough ammo and charge packs equipped for our las guns. You know, just simple stuff. I'm gonna let Kieran do it, but I think he might have had a few too many. Yeah.
I had one. I didn't have anything yet. Damn.
Yeah, sure. You can do that if you wish.
Appreciate that. He kind of he does pick up a beer he kind of had slung in his sidearm holster and pass that over to you, Kieran. And then he just kind of walks, takes the Sarge and is like, "Yeah, we'll head right over this way," and just shuffles on over. Meaning, there are now only 2 of you there.
Best goddamn wingman I've ever seen. Cracks open. So what are you doing?
I was dancing, but it seems my previous partner just got a little busy. Didn't know you were talented with strings. That's really interesting. Where'd you
I'm
learn?
doing my thing. Back home, of course. Get pick a few things up. Explosives, strings, all just finger work.
For sure.
So, you're lacking a partner. Looking for
Looks
someone
like
else to
it.
be busy with. Might I
like
offer
it.
my services?
Perhaps.
Or do I have to get shot again? Would that help?
Nah. I'll tell you what. You can have an anatomy lesson on the house. How about that?
Well, goddamn. All right, then. I trust myself to your very capable hands. You want to dance?
For sure.
Right, then we will
No way
dance.
dance.
Yeah, so the 2 of you start to dance, and there are definitely like some other sort of pairs and some even like some trios or groups of just guys kind of like waddling back and forth around you all. But sort of seeing the 2 of you gather up, the rest of the band, almost as if they had some kind of cue for that, picks up the pace a little bit. It starts becoming a bit more of like a nice little sort of jovial, jaunty, dancey tune. And it's not so much like fast paced as it is just more like happier to a degree. You can still kind of slowish dance to it if you'd like, but just sort of happier pace. And
Yeah.
I guess we can very quickly cut to anybody else if they would like. If anybody else wants to do anything else here, we can very quickly cut to them if you'd like.
I'd like to talk to Flint.
Yep. So yeah, Flint's kind of got you separated. He brings you over to like the tent the squad is staying in, and he immediately just like goes and like buries his head in some crate, just like, yep, yeah, these look, yeah.
Is there a reason you're doing this now?
I fell out. I got some nerves. I was thinking about before the battle, and I wanted to, felt like it might be a good time to get some supply runs in, in case Coghead's busy with some games and Flint's getting his play on. So I figured Kieran's getting his play on. I'm Flint, right? Yeah. So yeah.
Can I like insight check on that?
I mean, I don't think you necessarily have to.
Sure, it's pretty obvious he's lying. Yeah.
You necessarily have to, but you certainly can if you want. Like, I don't know.
Like, you don't have to do this. It's time to relax. Everyone can do that as they need to. There won't be much time after today.
He kind of sighs a bit, just. Yeah, Sarge, it's definitely not a bad time to relax. He kind of like kind of like, he doesn't immediately put an arm around you, but he kind of like holds up the arm first, kind of like indicating he'd like to put it around you, kind of like he's like.
He won't react to you. He won't like say no, and he won't like
It's kind of like
encourage or
very
anything.
slowly until like he's resting on you, just like. And it's like the metal arm too, so it's like it's like very slight metal where just. And he kind of just like gently moves you towards the front of the tent as you point out at the pair dancing. He just says, I think all of us could use a break for a bit, eh? Right?
I agree. Could have simply asked to cut it.
Yes, but Sarge, these kind of things require finesse, okay? Not all your problems can be shot like heretics.
Sure. But you seem a little bit focused on other people.
Yeah, I mean, I got my fair share of drink around, but Kiernan's had my back since we got in the academy. For a while. If he's happy, I'm jovial just with him.
Maybe you should be dancing with him.
I'll get my turn eventually.
Perhaps you will. And then he's gonna point out at one of the other soldiers. And I think I had someone in mind, but I'm trying to remember now.
You got
we can cut to someone else if you want. Not come back to it.
Oh, well, I mean, the last thing he will say is, he says, there is a slight perk for you coming over here with me, though.
Mm-hmm.
He reaches in the other sort of, normally where you'd be holstering some like grenades or some reserve ammo for like missiles for, the launcher. He does pull out 2 other beers, cracks one, cracks the other one, says, front row seat.
Sure.
He just kind of like slouches back against like a crate, takes a sip, and just like goes to watching the 2 of you, or I guess the other 2.
Marius does not take a sip, but he is going to as Flint takes his, he's gonna point out who I think it was Lana, the other one of the other ones, and goes, she looks like she could use a dancing partner. Perhaps you could go over there, Flint.
I got 6 or 7 left feet, boss. I don't know if that's
Well, at least you have one good hand. Here, I'll take you over, and I'll try and wingman him back.
Yeah, he just kind of shuffles on over, and yeah, the 2 of them just kind of start to, you kind of like see them. It's a bit hard amongst all the noise of the music and everything. You can kind of see them awkwardly banter back and forth for a bit. Flint kind of looks away for a second, just like, yeah. But after a minute, she does kind of like sling an arm over him and like drag him over towards like the general area people are dancing in. And yeah, I mean, like the 2 of you who are dancing, you cut over, and you do notice Flint and Lana are kind of like palling around and dancing, and he kind of like looks over you, just like.
I'll shoot him a thumbs up.
He's just gonna sit back, I guess. Just. And yeah, I guess with that we can briefly check back in on the 2 of you if you'd like.
Well, good thought.
Yeah, well, everyone's about to die. I figure that's why you're here right now.
Fair enough. It's true. Not really my scene, but may as well.
Indeed. Let the rhythm of the night take you away or something.
Something like that.
You all right? You all right there, Foxxii?
Good. So good. I just wasn't ready for that at all.
So what are you doing later? Besides, going into what's very likely a death trap.
Don't have any plans.
Would you lack one?
Sure. Are you redeeming that lesson early, I guess? If we're all gonna die tomorrow?
Well, I just figured we start earlier, we can go longer.
That's some sound logic right there.
I've been known to drop a few good ones every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we'll take it there. Yeah, so, the rest of the evening flies by rather smoothly, rather succinctly. There's not necessarily too much to go. At this point, later in the evening, the entire crate of all that alcohol it's gone, and the soldiers have passed that around. Everyone's smashed. The commander is now like telling some random war story from his old regiments, just like most of it sounds like complete bullshit, honestly. Just like, and then we saw 17 missiles get launched at us, and I didn't lose a single goddamn trooper. Could you believe it? Could you believe it? And everyone's like, no, sir, we couldn't. It's like, I bet you couldn't. It's just, there's a lot of just back and forth. And there's some other things, Sergeant, you probably just hanging out, chilling, minding everybody. Flint and Lana are kind of like, palling around in their dance and everything. At one point, she does look over and kind of like flick him a bit and like nudge in that direction. He looks over and they both kind of just like share a chuckle and then continue back to dancing. Yeah, it's probably around time to you make your way back towards the hab tents a bit earlier than the rest of the flock. So the next morning comes, and unfortunately, even amidst the rigors of guard life, unfortunately, there are still the standard schedules of having to wake up at the crack of fucking dawn. So even though everyone's hungover and there's probably plenty of headaches and maybe some puking going on, everyone's up and moving at just like first hour of the morning. You wake up, might be an awkward look at why the two of you happen to be sharing a sleep sack, but you know what? These things happen. No one seems to really care that much.
Oh, please, like we're the only ones who did it.
Yeah, I'm sure there was. I'm sure you two weren't the only two. There's probably some other ones all around here. In fact, I'm sure if you come out, there are some people who are probably looking for, checking around. In fact, I'm almost willing to bet that at some point, if you two don't get up fast enough, there's a quick moment where someone just flaps that tent open and is like, called it! 15 creds, pay it up! And they go sprinting out of the tent, and there's just a lot of laughing and goofing off.
I
But other than
narratively
that,
declare that Ziggy is long since been up and is working on recap for the rest of the crew.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Can I just say, like, narratively declare that Ziggy has been awake for like probably the last hour before this and is already working on recap and breakfast for everybody else? Because
Makes sense.
it's Ziggy. He doesn't sleep.
Yeah, he brings around some rations, and you notice that unlike the standard, usually you get like a solid, just like a hot brick of slop for your morning meal, and some kind of liquid nourishment that contains some minerals and or vitamins and tastes like shit. Normally that's usually what you get, but today you find you actually have what is probably at least drinkable water as a solid meal, and like it's it's definitely not like fresh food, but it's definitely like an artificial food that's made to more clearly resemble an actual like tasting meal rather than just like bite this and get your nutrients, you sack of shit. Like, and so you take a bite of it and it actually has like some decent savories, flavors to it. It's not great, but it's compared to the shit you've been eating the past month and a half, it's a fucking gourmet meal. And yeah, you notice everyone seems to have been given this, and so Ziggy comes around and like has some of his like his arms handing out. There's some other soldiers, some other like attendants and staff, even some of the med staff are helping out with this kind of bringing around food to everybody. And you grab your meals. The commander's kind of like just outside of like by that that same area where he was last night giving his speech, kind of just like sitting on a small crate, just shoveling food down his face. Every now and just kind of picks up, just like, you get those crates moving in that vulture fast, all right? They're a hell of a day, and if we don't have enough ammo, some of us gonna get killed, all right? Let me just go back to eating some more. And yeah, I mean, if there's anything urgent you would like to do before any of my important pre-battle scenes happen, let me know now, loves.
I 100% thought Ziggy was going to be running the betting pools.
I was here for it. Ziggy's just like cashing in.
He's the one.
I mean,
being
it's
the-
an option.
walking around
At
collecting
very
his-
least,
like his payouts.
he was in charge of maintaining the numbers.
Ziggy and Phaedra.
Ziggy
an ATM.
he keeps the books.
Ziggy keeps the books. Phaedra is the one spreading the info.
Yeah.
I love it. So great.
I mean, we already have all the information, and it's only fair that we don't bet ourselves.
Listen, you might as well.
Oh,
I
don't
don't
worry.
make money
the
off-
house gets
like-
its cut. The house gets its cut.
You're just gonna like get up and like throw some pants on, kind of like leave the shirt off for the moment because he's too out of it really after a heavy night of drinking
Also
and
probably pretty
activities. Yeah, it is a desert planet. Also he's there. But yeah, it obviously now everyone can see the entire side that's like following down his face goes down his basically entire body of scar tissue. He wasn't lying. Ben, so he's just gonna kind of like hop out of there as these like people are like calling him like, sorry, could I make money on this?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Hey, involved parties can't bet. You know that, Lapata.
Well, still sweeten the
Yeah,
deal.
Flint walks over and says, "The shame on you, betting on your own carnal affairs. You think you'd have some dignity." And if you look over, he is kind of counting a solid stack of cred sticks on his own, actually.
Hey, look. I don't do carnal. I'm artistic.
Tell you what-
During this entire exchange, Taman is just like grabbing the bridge of her now.
Oh, it's gonna get worse then. As Flint turns and just says, "Tell you what, though, I understand you couldn't bet, but cut you 40%. Give me the story."
Well, you know what they say.
Listen, man, it's
Gentlemen.
been a long war, all right? Not a lot of entertainment out here.
Oh, what? You didn't get some entertainment?
He just kind of looks at you. No, wasn't that lucky, unfortunately.
Well, shoot. There's always the next suicide mission.
Then when we
Work
walk out
on
of this one, all right?
Oh, when have I not? But
Fair
I mean,
enough.
you're a fourth of the way there, so.
You know. Any case, 40% story? Eh?
Kind of like eye back. His team is just standing
Just
there.
grabbing the fucking bridge of her now. Oh no.
Tell you what, why don't we I'm gonna get some breakfast and I'll consider it.
Got you covered. He just kind of like slowly slips the 40% into your side pocket. It's just
Yeah. You is gonna turn around, I'll see you around. You let
got
me
it.
know.
Around.
You let me know if you need a help with anything.
For sure. Like putting her clothes. Come on now.
So I'm assuming at this point you probably make your way back towards your own set of dual bed bed thingies, Taman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Benen's there.
Of course he is.
Try to pride, don't walk a shame.
He's just kind of like,
Hey.
"Hello, madam. So how was your evening?"
First of all, that's doctor to you, sir.
Apologies, doctor.
It's a good name. Good name. Had a lot of fun.
And he just kind of looks at you and says, "Apologies for the misnomer. How was Kiernan, doctor?"
I think he's made a full recovery since the last mission.
Fantastic. I'm sure you ran a thorough diagnostic.
Always.
He just kind of says, "Well, cheering aside, let's do our best today, yes?
As always. Again.
I assume you won't be getting distracted in the middle of the mission? I hear the flashbacks can be intense.
Of course not. You know I hyper focus.
I have faith in you." And he kind of like he starts like moving towards the thing and it's just, does he know you hyper focus?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know.
I say, "We'll discuss this later. Have a bet to collect." And he just kind of walks off.
Not him too. God damn it. Everyone.
So sorry.
How did anyone make money if everyone's betting on the same pair?
Because the other squads bet differently. That's
Yeah,
how we're all making money.
Yeah, the thing is, everyone in your squad made a bunch of money because they all knew it was going to happen. People outsiders were like, "What? The medic and the blow up guy? Not question. Not going to happen. Nah, no, you're lying."
I'm fairly sure it's, if you ask Ziggy, there's somebody who bet on Ziggy getting more action.
No question. Someone definitely put that bet down. Some dumb guardsman was definitely like, "I'm gonna put 15 creds on the cog man. Something tells me something tells me that one gets some play. I know it. I see it in his face."
He's like, yeah, and then he's like, it could be me.
Could be me. I don't know. Listen, I'm not saying I'm not down. I'm just saying I'll try anything one time. You know, it's been a long war anyway. So you saddle up. You start getting yourselves ready and set for a long day of you start checking your gear and everything. You load up into your as you kind of get the tent kind of get collapsed down. Thankfully, there are enough servitors and menials around to take care of all the regular stuff. You mostly focus on like loading your gear. You notice the Sefton's kind of going around, which is weird because normally like orders like this just get passed down, but Sefton is kind of personally going around, kind of like checking off certain things and handing orders out. And he just says, second squad. Let me see. You knew there was something on this for you. Yeah, couple special orders for you guys. I got 2 frag missiles, a single crack missile, and a flamer, apparently.
The flamer.
This kind of says, servers are going to start bringing them over. Give them out to your squad as needed.
That is a lot of explosives.
Time right now or last night?
Sorry, I'm very glad I got some energy out because otherwise it'd be compromising.
Fucking God.
I physically can't. I'm not capable. That's fine. It's all right. It's all good. Everything's fine.
Oh, no, what's happening? Thank God there's a plate here.
Ah! Sorry. Fuck. Sorry. I wasn't ready. Okay, no, I'm good. We're pushing through. We're pushing
Emperor,
through.
please.
So, you load up.
Hesitate to call me.
And so again, you get your you have your missile tube, and you said that small crate, which does contain it's like a sort of got some thick foam inside of it. There's the 2 frag missiles are there. There's the God damn it, Turk. There's the 1 crack missile there, and then kind of set in there with a Prometheum tank attached to it already. Only one there's a single spare with it though. It's just this single flamer just in the crate, and he just like says, Seston just kind of comes over comms and just says, "You be careful with that flamer. Company only has 2 of them."
I am always very delicate with all of my attaches.
Flint just kind of takes that on and says, "He's not lying."
Yeah, look at Flint.
He kind of even just looks like a.
So well protected.
So the commander just kind of comes back on and says, "All right, troopers, we're about 35 minutes from launch time. Main siege has already begun. Walls are already cracked, and we're about to move in. Remember, we're flying past the northern walls towards the eastern ones. Breach has already been made. Land hard, land fast, and get into the city. Any support that I can offer you, I'll divert as fast as possible. For the most part, you're on your own, all right? May the Emperor be with you." With that, you are officially taken on board your ship, and you are in the sort of it's finally you're back in another Valkyrie. You're comfortable in this gunship. It's much more much more spacious than the cramped Vulture you rode back to base in after your last mission. The engines are roaring loudly off in the distance, and everyone's sort of satting in. And there's this sort of strange quiet. There's definitely a bit of some comm chatter going on here or there. Just people making some distant, checking in with different things. You can even, if you want to, tune into the main the main siege comms and just hear like squads reporting in locations. Saying sieging this point, have secured this point, defending this point, falling back to this point. Moving in for resupply. Different air wings calling in for airstrikes and different things. Artillery bombardments being called in. There's just the comm chatter is just everywhere. But if you go back to like your regiment comms, mostly quiet. Simple check-ins, like people checking in on flight location. Simple things like piloting, like check your tail, make sure your information, stuff like that. But overall, it's a pretty quiet flight, offering you guys sort of a last sort of moment of quiet if there's anything left to be said or talked about before you head into the fray, as it were.
Got any words?
I don't have any
Also-
words, but I have a thing I need to do before we
that?
go into it. So a little bit prior to actually getting onto the Valkyrie, Lenora kind of steps away, and in her hands it's just a little manifestation of warp fire, and I'm gonna make a roll here as she spends about half an hour just kind of meditating and focusing on that. And I am invoking Scryer's Gaze. Okay. So let me pull it up. Pull the chart here.
Yeah, tell me how Scryer's Gates works, please. Why don't you let me know how this happens?
So how many
Mhm.
degrees of success was that?
6.
6. So it's based on degrees of success. It lets you essentially foresee kind of how the fight's kind of going out. 4+ degrees of success. The Psyker breaks through the veil of time, seeing the battle and its countless different outcomes. They are aware of all previous effects and also knows details of the enemy commander's battle plan.
Okay, got you. No problem. No.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not a problem. It's actually perfectly fine. So, you see a few things. Images begin to kind of like pierce through directly into your mind. The first thing you see is a large wall with a direct sort of crack in it, a large crack. And you can sort of see points of light flooding through it, obviously indicating like it feels like you and your squad mates and other members of your company. You can sort of feel that there are some light defenses on the wall, but you get the sense that one or two outcomes happen. Either you land just normally assuming there's nothing on the wall, and you get like some light fire ambushing you from some wall defenders, or you land and you let your or like, and either like through like seeing them in like through Overwatch or like through like someone calling it in, your landing crafts notice the the enemies and just do like a strafing one before you guys land and just like fucking take them all out. Some other variations on that happen where like you land first and then tell them to do that, and they do the strafing run and you kind of push through the walls. But eventually you push through the walls. You see a lot of differences of you guys pushing through streets. The first thing you see is you guys just moving straight down the main street, just traveling straight down it. And 3 or 4 different times you see you all just getting ambushed, just people popping up out of buildings and shooting at you and lobbing grenades and all kinds of different things triggering. And in several different of these outcomes, you see many of your squad mates die in some pretty gruesome ways, actually. Like you see at one point, you see that you guys are walking down, walking down the way for a while, and you guys take some cover for a bit. And as you're taking cover, you hear this kind of revving up of some large cannon, and then you hear this of a solid cannon fire, and you see the sergeant just eat rounds, just rip through him, even through cover. And then you see like the rest of you try to scatter. And then as you guys scatter to go around this, whatever is causing this, you see a gout of flame spit out and consume Kieran and Flynn at the same time. Neither of them walks away from it. A lot of different individual moments happen. Eventually, this manifests in the point that there's a vehicle, a pretty heavy vehicle in the future that you're probably going to encounter at this point. Like somewhere on the route you guys are traveling, you will run into this pretty heavy vehicle. And then finally, you see the last sort of push on the district court. You see this large courthouse-looking building with those sort of individual buildings all around it, shops that have been like trailed with fire. You can see different members of your squad and other squads in these surrounding buildings, kind of putting fire into the court. Trying to create a pile of fire for people to advance or to push down and to secure it. And as you do this, you sort of push through, and you sort of notice like all your kind of possibilities start to converge around this. Like you notice like the possibilities sort of seeing the waiver. You eventually manage to sort of push through, and the last thing you see is this hard to kind of pierce out. It's almost like even though your vision is very clear, this face is just a little bit blurred, but you're certain it's the person you're looking for. It's the Inheritor, no question. This tacitly grinning face, just smiling with glee. And then just as he smiles, you feel this shadow loom out over from above, consume everything in your vision, and swallow all of it. And then you're snapped back into like your normal perception.
Most of those the death outcomes have come from just a straightforward charge.
Yeah.
Or
other outcomes you saw included you guys like being a bit more deliberate, like actually trying to clear like building to building and like going street to street, being a bit more slow and purposeful with it. And most of those seem to go pretty well. There's definitely a few moments where like you kick in a door and a random guy with a knife comes out and tries to gut somebody, and like that goes a couple different ways depending on what outcome you were watching. But like for the most part, you get the idea that like going a bit more deliberately, maybe not like clearing every single building, but like trying to be a bit more purposeful with like the buildings you clear and the way you travel seems to be probably the best way forward if you want to prevent people from dying.
Okay, and then the first one with the dropship, the two outcomes was we just get away and land at the drop point, and the other one was we get shot down.
Well, the first one was you land at the drop point and you take some incidental fire as you're landing from from some defenders on the wall. So that's not too bad, but like some people start shooting at you from the walls. The second outcome was like, either because like your pilots noticed them on the walls before you land, or you land first and then get shot at for a bit and you notice them, or something happens where basically the end result is your gunship strafing run the walls and clear out the guys who are there.
Okay. So, gunship is take fire and landing, or strafe, or gun down the people on the wall. Second one, the best go around is to clear the buildings. We encounter a vehicle further down, kind of regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And then we run into the Inheritor. And something's going on over there.
Something's going on over there. A shadow. In fact, that sort of shadow that kind of consumes your warp sense at the end of that vision, it does not feel unfamiliar at all.
Just say that feels pretty familiar to what was going on with the last place we were at, right? With the Blitzel.
Yep.
Cool deal. All right, then. Bring that information to. After kind of getting shocked back out and snuffing the flame when the shadow consumes the warp sense, gonna take a second to gather myself, because even though she's not much of a people person, but that's witnessing her entire squad get wiped out multiple times. So that's a little bit to deal with.
It's a little grim, definitely.
A little bit. And then just walks through what kind of the best course of action is based on that knowledge, and takes it to Phaedra and then the sergeant. Because sergeant's the one making calls, so he's the commanding officer, so I gotta.
Your power with the warp is incredible, madam. To have such clear vision like that, it's remarkable. Yeah, Phaedra just looks really clearly impressed with how well that went. Just like, wow, that's damn, son. And yeah,
I suppose the meditation for the last month and a half has paid off.
Indeed, you're growing stronger every day. It's an honor to serve with you. I will try to do you well today.
And with a nod, we'll go over to our commander here and share that. Just kind of walking through the whole thing about, okay, there's people on the wall, we can take them out before we land and not really have to deal with it. Go slow, clear out buildings is the better option, and then there's going to be heavy resistance before we hit the Inheritor.
This is good. Remus, help get this down. Thank you, Lenore. All of these seem like sound judgments. I appreciate you coming to me with this, and we'll definitely follow this. Sure.
All right, and I think sort of what we'll do is, if it's cool with everybody, let's grab a super quick break right here, if Spree's here, and then we'll take you guys back into the battle. That way, if we need to, we can give you guys a super small break in the middle of the battle, too, before we head back in. How's that sound? Does that sound cool, everybody?
Yes.
Cool. So, Spreezus, you here? My man Spreezus? Of course. I love you, baby. Thank you for being here. Take us over to intermission real quick. We'll be right back, guys. We're going to go take a break, refuel our lubricants and nutrients, and get ourselves ready to go. Yes, I did that way on purpose. Fight me. And we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Grab a wet beverage.
Fun too.
Hello and welcome back to Neon Lights Roleplay within his divine name, the OnlyWar actual play live stream. Nailed the acronyms this time. Our players, after having a day of reconciliation and rest to recover and gain perhaps some closure on some plot arcs that the people were waiting to see some closure on. And by the people I mean me. It's me. I'm the people. And so with that, our adventurers, our players, have now mounted up on their Valkyrie dropship and are making their way towards Hive Nexus. You are flying by. As you peer through the comms port, you can absolutely notice, sort of, if you're looking down, just the waves of Imperial Guardsmen, in entrenched positions, moving just up, just platoon by platoon, just from trench to trench, moving up towards the wall. And eventually, just sort of this 1 or 2 mile open sprint. And there are still some guns, some defensive guns on the wall. So you just see hordes of guardsmen just pouring themselves at this wall. Men, women, and others just dying left and right in droves. Explosions and plasma barrages and autocannon fire and heavy bolter fire just mowing off guardsmen left and right as they just charge this breach in the walls. At their head, you can see one individual decked out in sort of a very, very regal form of flak armor. He is sort of bestride a large sort of Baneblade tank, which is openly just letting off huge barrages of cannon fire out into these walls. He has a sword out, and you can't really hear him given the thing, but you can imagine he's screaming some motivational quotes and speeches and words as the platoon advances forward. You'd probably assume this is the commanding officer of the infantry regiment, and he's ordering them forward. You're kind of wondering why he's not either in the commander's seat of the tank or just in the tank, but no, he's just literally on top of the tank, just standing on top of it.
I can tell you what he's actually saying.
Drive me closer! I want to hit them with my sword!
Exactly.
It's of course exactly what he's saying, obvious. It's my favorite Warhammer meme, by the way. It's my favorite. So you fly past this, noticing that the siege overall seems to be going well. You can definitely see the first sort of waves are already kind of breaching the wall and starting to go pour through into the streets and move through. And eventually, your pilot, sort of for the first time in a while, does sort of come over to you. Just 30 seconds to landing zone. Orders.
We need a flanking run over the walls. There's guards up there.
Do you want that before or after I let you guys out?
Before.
Understood. And so yeah, you just kind of you can just kind of hear. It's kind of hard to see through looking through the viewport, but as you peer through, you can kind of see a few different a few of the squads. There's a break off about 6 or so of the vultures that are traveling. This is about a huge sort of cloud of these vultures traveling, but about 6 or so of them break off. You imagine these are the ones that are going to be landing in the positions near where you guys are. They kind of just touch down and they land, and you can see not landing. They kind of swoop down, strafing run of just last cannons and missiles kind of pouring out, streaking fire, just layering down into sort of these openings and divots. Some of them even kind of spacing out their barrages to make sure they kind of create overlapping fields. And this happens for a good 3 or 4 minutes straight of just these runs back and forth over these walls, and you don't really take any fire back in the process. And there's sort of one more run. They kind of do one more run, gun silent, before the pilot comes back in and just says, "Whatever's down there isn't getting back up."
Good, we can land then.
Roger that.
Mars is kind of looking at Lenore during all of this, just being like, hope you're right about all this.
Fuck, me too.
Sorry, that was great. Give me a second.
Or she's right. She got that space magic.
She got that brain magic going on.
Yeah. She got good head.
I lack enough statistical data to say if she will be right or wrong. This would be enlightening.
Well, yeah, they're using lance guns by the looks of it.
All right, I'm back. Sorry. Needed a minute. We're good. Let me put you on the layer real quick. If you give me just a moment. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. I think it actually put you guys on the right layer. No, it didn't. But we'll do that right now. Layer, token layer. Your dropship kind of just it just swoops down. That last hatch in the back opens up, and you guys kind of just pour out. And I'm actually not really entirely sure why I still put you guys on this map, because there were supposed to be some bad guys here you shot, but you shot them already. So yeah, you just kind of can see this like trail of destruction leading to a very obvious breach in the main walls. There are some other squads touching down around you guys. There are some other Valkyries landing and dispatch and sort of letting squads down as well. But you know, they kind of, as you guys were the first ones on the ground, they're kind of looking to you to kind of call the charge. And so yeah, you guys sort of advance forward, you know, keeping your guns up and trying to be perfectly aware. But thankfully, there really isn't too much, you know, that other than the sort of the flames, you know, licking idly by at you. I do have one question though.
Did you want us to actually be on the map?
I know, but I'm gonna
Okay.
move it soon. But I realize I didn't do that.
I thought you said it, and I didn't see anything, and I was like, do I need to refresh?
Okay. There you go. There you guys are, because I should have done that earlier, but it's okay. There you guys are. You guys landed. Other than just kind of like flames kind of licking by you guys as you sort of travel through this sort of breach in the walls here. There really isn't anything else to notably. No, there's no contact. You can definitely hear in the distance there is plenty of like ambient battle in the distance though. And eventually you do make your way into sort of through like a set of several large gates that have already been like sort of either forced open or breached open by like cannon fire, or, you know, sort of different things. And you do kind of make your way eventually into the streets of Hive Nexus. Let me go ahead and move y'all. Y'all are going to be in the sort of this area over in the bottom right. I'm going to move your tokens over now so you can see where they are. Give me un secundo. Layer. Token layer. And yeah, you kind of pop up around here. You make your way. You're sort of down on the bottom right area here, just so you guys know where to zoom in at. And all these buildings here are actual buildings you absolutely can sort of check in. Some of them have been sort of damaged, like the fronts of them have already been like shorn off by cannon fire or different things. You notice as you're peering over though, the sound of your other your gunships. They kind of start peering over you and going to like start just like you could see them kind of escorting as some other fighter bombers come by. I'm gonna just drop off payloads further in the district. You can just see this like letting off hundreds, dozens of munitions down in these streets, just carpeting streets with fire in the distance. Commander Teston does come into comms and say, Fairtroll, are you there?
Yes.
I can see you've breached the walls. Have you
Yep.
made contact yet?
No contacts yet.
All right, push forward. Be careful though.
Roger. And he's gonna look at Lenore again and goes, you said go through the buildings. Which one's right or left?
Pretty much all of them. If we go down the main path, we're more than likely to get ambushed.
Any buildings then? Let's take the left. And he's gonna kind of steer everyone. We're clearing buildings, and then just kind of point towards the south here.
This one right here.
Yep.
All right, I'll just so this building in front of you is it's damaged. The front of it is just like shorn off almost to the point where as you approach it, you can. Here, I'll even give me 1 second while I do a cool thing that might not even work. Awesome. So there you go. It actually did work. I did it. So yeah, as you peer in, this building is mostly empty. You can kind of see a couple of crates in this, and you get the feeling it's probably some kind of supply depot or a building like that. The back here is also kind of mostly shorn off and damaged by some sort of barrage fire or anything. There are even a couple of bodies of individuals here. A few of them are dressed in separatist garb. Definitely, they have the uniform on, and some of them even have weapons. But there's also one or two that definitely aren't dressed anywhere near like separatists. They definitely are dressed like civilians. But there's nothing living in this building here as you approach it. But as you move your way over here, as you move your way over here, there's nothing sort of here. You move your way up through here towards this building here, and you get to about right where Flint and Kieran are. Actually, it's perfect. You guys can all kind of gather around there if you want. It's right when you get around there that you definitely notice some shuffling. Not coming from the building, but coming from here. And just as you're whoopsies.
So
Like,
I don't know if I can. Can I clear up what my orders were?
Yes.
I wanted to go have everyone go south through the buildings like this way. This is what my intentions was. Is not down.
I understood you perfectly.
On both sides.
Yeah.
Also, I don't have control over my token. I can move Benin, but I can't move me.
Why? Roll 20.
I don't know.
I will fix this now.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I can move in and there we go.
I
Okay.
fixed it. Everything
We're
is
good.
providence. We have it. We've synthesis. Anywho, so as you approach there, Lenora, can you roll some kind of scrutiny for me real quick so I can see if you notice something real quick, real fast?
Oh. Any bonuses?
Take a plus 10. You guys haven't been noticed yet.
Ha!
Ooh.
Knew I was gonna get fucked.
I mean,
Oh,
you
sure
also
get
have
so many
fate points. You
girls.
also have fate points.
I have a
In that
single
case-
fate point that I guess I can use to re-roll.
You could
Wanna-
if you
wanna?
wanted to.
If you want, go ahead.
You know what? That's a critical failure. I'm gonna do it.
Go for it.
You can't do worse.
You literally can't do worse.
I
Yes, you
can't do worse,
you
but
can
it's
do- you
still
can
pretty
still do
bad.
bad though. Give me a second. Oh fuck, these guys suck. So yeah, Lenora, as you're kind of passing over here, you're just like just looking over. Just this sort of pal of auto gunfire goes out quickly past you. Also, if y'all didn't hear that, let me know. It's fine.
did.
Okay, cool, nice. As you suddenly noticed, there's a guy in this window, and a guy in this window, and a guy over here. Initiative, please, my loves. As I quickly, let me clear the thing actually, because it's not clear yet. Hold up.
Make sure you click on your token before you
On
do
your
the thing, too.
dude.
First, please and thank you. I would heavily appreciate. And I will get some ambiance going.
Okay.
You know,
Oops.
That was I rolled 1. This is fine. I didn't want to go anyway. I just wanted to go have a snack.
let's have a snack. That's fair, I guess.
Already did. You already did.
Oh my god.
Please stop.
No,
Fuck.
What
you
have I
usually don't
done?
say that, Foxxii.
I know. I know I did this. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. Let me click on that token right there. Let me get a character sheet up for these randos, and let me roll some initiative for them real quick, if you don't mind. Hold up. Hiya. Cool. Well, they rolled pretty well.
Oh no.
Are they first? They sure are. Cool. Awesome. Let's do some shooting. So the first thing that's gonna happen is, so like I said, that auto gun fire kind of peels out by you, Lenora and Phaedra, and you guys kind of just like you see that kind of whiz by your head. Thankfully, it wasn't very accurate. And so gonna sort of try again. This time, actually giving some effort to put a little bit of aim in. Not much aim though, just a little bit of aim.
And they get we haven't moved, so they get a minus 30 from our armor. Is that right? Is it 30 or is it 20?
It's 30, yeah. It is
Minus 30.
Let me.
It's been a while. I forgot how to fight.
That hits you to the body, Lenora.
Bam.
Only once though, and you're going to take no damage because your toughness bonus is 3, right?
Let me double check it.
What's your toughness?
My base toughness is 27, but the flak armor, I think it's a 7.
Okay, so yeah, so your flak armor gives you 4 armor, right?
Yes.
Your toughness bonus should
Yeah.
then be
It's a
should be
6.
it's 6 total, so you take 1 damage, exactly 1 wound.
Cool. That is the first time I've been injured this campaign.
You just take 1 wound.
Blast.
It's grazing kind of. It almost more just anything that kind of just like shears off like a bit of your armor a little bit. Nothing too serious, but you kind of like you back off a little bit. And that was this guy here. This guy here will kind of just he will kind of breach the door here. Just kind of pierce through. He will run a little bit down this way, and he will try to put a burst down at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. That's going down here towards the command, towards you, Sarge.
Sure.
Let me get a character sheet up again because I closed it because I'm not smart. I don't know why I did that. It's okay though.
I did it right before our combat started, so.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I fixed it. Here comes. What's that? What's the range of that?
Johnny.
Yes. Here comes Shawnee. I agree. Checking range. Give me 1 second. Oh, actually, it's not a short range. Huh. It's just that regular range. Yep. Here we go. Hiya. Still minus 30 because y'all haven't moved, right?
Yep.
So let me go ahead and get that up. Oof.
No?
Yeah. So yeah, you see you hear there's a shotgun blast just sails right by you, but you kind of like because of like the distortion of the chameleon line cloak doesn't really get noticed at all. You just flies right over you. And this last guy here, he, you know what? Let me quickly. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. He's not feeling as bold as I thought he was. He will stay sort of back here where he is. This last third guy down here. And he will just kind of take a shot over at. Well, he can only see 2 people, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's the other thing I was going to ask. Is that you said the building's kind of broken out? Is there like vision between that guy and like over here? No,
This thing definitely gives you some. Oh, he definitely can't see you guys, no question. He can see like this group here and this group here. That's about it, really. And so he will take his shot at. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't roll again. I didn't look at it. Well, I guess he can't really hit Flint because he has to target Kieran. So I guess he's technically targeting Zig then, huh?
You can try.
He's going for you, boss. Let me get this shit here. Here comes that. I'm gonna try a semi-auto at you actually though. Still at minus 30 because you have the chameleon line cloak. Because everybody gets one. He failed. Missed entirely. So yeah, just again, just a scattering of autogun fire just sails out by you. But yeah, these guys also just seem to, they definitely weren't expecting you guys to go that way. And Sergeant Yo, it's your turn.
Sergeant Yo.
Sergeant Yo.
These guys supposed to kill us?
Oh, don't say that.
We're following the plans. We should be safe. That's the hope. Yeah, Marius is going to try and follow the plans as closely as he can, and he's going to try and get into this alleyway, thinking that it's probably a better place than being in the street. The only really way he's going to be able to do this is by running, so he's going to run into there and take Remus with him. And
Fair enough. All right.
I can actually get quite a ways in, but it's probably going to be bad. Yeah, so he's going to get up next to this guy. But it's a run, so that's technically a minus or a plus 20 if that guy tries to melee attack me.
Yep. That's it. That's it for you?
Yep.
Lenora. What do you think?
Explosions! Maybe.
You decided to run this way, so we're gonna see if we can deal with that guy.
Okay. You can definitely see him.
See if we can make you burst into flames, good sir.
Damage? Yeah, yeah, so, yeah, yeah. So you kind of just hold up your hand, and it's mostly just casual. You've been working on this for a while. You kind of just like wave a hand at this guy. It's kind of just like this heat haze that kind of floats by your head for a bit, Sergeant. As the guy in front of you you can see him just like struggle. He even like tries to kind of like go for you for a bit, and eventually, as he's just like burning alive, you just see him just draw a pistol and just to avoid having to deal with burning alive. So yeah, he's a dead.
That was a half action, so I imagine she just actually lifts both of her hands, and we're gonna get this guy too.
Do it.
Give it a go.
Damage, please. Funnily enough, given their armor, 10 actually doesn't kill him, so this guy's just on fire and burning. But he's
For him.
he's not feeling good. Yeah, he's just kind of like this guy. Like you see him just kind of like catch fire, just like he starts burning and like seizing up, and then he just kind of like dips back through the door here, just like or like right here, kind of like oh god.
I forgot to do a free action on my turn. Can I do it now?
Yes.
I'm just going to issue the cover and fire support for everyone to give them plus 10 on dodge attacks.
Oh yeah.
I forgot how to play the game.
You're fine. I forget every 2 weeks.
Every other week.
It happens.
We relearn how to do this game.
Zigster, I guess that means it's you.
Okay. Quick question, just to double check. The spaces are still 3 meters each, right? Okay, so I can't go into melee with anybody. That's just too far. I can't even charge them, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Or is it?
You just don't want me to chainsaw somebody.
You can chainsaw whoever you want, love. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm not
This
too
is,
bad, all right?
however,
I'm just trying to do the same thing. Just spend every turn running to get into position and watching everyone else kill him.
Yeah, well,
Trying to not let my people die.
It's good. I actually really appreciate that because that guy would have fucked me up, probably.
Yeah, he would have given you the work, actually. I'm kind of glad you did. I'm glad that worked out so well.
okay. Well, let's see how they deal with a tech priest running up at them with a chainsaw in hand. So
Okay.
I'm just moving all out to right here.
Okay. Anything else for you?
No, that takes all my action.
Big K, it's on you.
Right. Well, not to be stealing anyone's thunder here, but I am gonna try and shoot this guy I have a line of sight on.
This guy right here.
So with a half aim, we're gonna do that's short range, half aim, +5 because we're cool. Yeah, we're gonna try and shoot him in the face, please. Thank you very much.
That's a hit.
That's real
Damage.
close.
I mean, you don't gotta really roll damage. You can just tell me how it happens.
Dang it.
Just as he's running up, there's just gonna be like a quick little. These guys aren't that serious.
Yeah, this guy's like, he's still kind of seizing up from the flame. He kind of just back, you kind of just like right through the head. Honestly, probably doing him a bit of a favor. He just kind of slumps over. His body's definitely still burning, but he's dead. Very dead.
Real familiar with the scent of burning people at this point.
Probably not, yeah. Probably not an uncommon thing for you. Anything else for you, Kay?
That's gonna be his full action, because it's a half to aim, half to shoot.
Cayman?
All right. Well, cool. Tell you what, I am gonna make my way over to this alley, just full action. Come on over here, Benin. Oh wait, no,
Bring- That's Bennett.
that's Benin. Hold on. I'm just blind. If you couldn't tell,
You got it.
I'm zoomed out a little bit too much.
You're
There we
fine.
go. And yeah, since that's full action, I will just be ready to like send skin when I can.
Got you covered. Bad guys are up. And by that I mean bad guy. So, except I actually mean bad guys. Because there are more of them.
Oh God. Okay.
So this guy here is going to just all-out attack right over here at you, dear friend. Held up. Let me see how that works. Oh wait, I didn't give them melee weapons. Never mind. He's not gonna do that actually. He's gonna run for his goddamn life at first. He's gonna step back, just till about here, and then he will try to take a semi-auto burst right here at you, Zigster.
Any reason why you scooted me over?
I did. Sorry, that was an accident.
Okay.
There you go. You're right back where you were.
Oh, good.
So yeah, here comes the with no aim. Here comes the sun. How much does your covering fire thing give, Arch?
It gives +10 to dodge, is what it does.
Yeah, never mind. So here comes that.
So if they hit, the dodge attempt can be given
Nope.
+2.
He steps back. He's kind of surprised by the strange half mechanical thing in front of him with a flailing chainsaw sword. He just kind of steps back and just starts spraying a little bit, and unfortunately doesn't manage to hit much. And that's that for him. His friend up here will kind of, let me check range real quick if you don't mind. If y'all are cool with that. Y'all fucking with checking ranges? Yeah. I guess I'll roll some. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the wrong die to roll. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. 4. Big K coming for you in the back. All right. We got a full auto barrage from a auto gun. Missed entirely. Just spray of bullets fly by you because these guys are not exactly great at what you're doing. At what they're doing. This guy up here is gonna try to do the same exact thing. He will also fail. Said that's all they got. Sergeant, you're up.
Do I see anyone or a way or anything in this back area at all?
There is a. Hold on, give me a second.
Or like, is there a way to get back into the? What are these things here?
Large tanks of some kind of Promethean fuel, you guessed, and they are definitely not empty.
Okay.
So watch fire.
Yeah. So you can kind of definitely see there's sort of a way back here, sort of like into this sort of alley back here. You can also see kind of a place where it opens back up towards this street here, and you can see that kind of like that's sort of all you can see down here. Other than you can see like this destroyed building down here. The best way you can see to proceed for will probably be to head through like here towards the street, probably.
All right. Trying to figure out how far I can go. Just there. Let me check again. What is my run? It's 18. Yeah, so I'll just kind of move and try and get vision of what's going on down this alleyway.
Oh, you get vision, all right.
Damn it.
Gentlemen.
Yep, that's his turn. Again, he'll actually this time kind of seeing hearing the fire going out there, is gonna do his other action, which I forget what it's called now. Get him, I think is what it's called.
Get him.
Get
Which I technically did wrong last time, because it works exactly the same as what I did, but I need to make a command check in order for it to work.
You know, that's fine.
Yep.
Go ahead and do that for me real quick.
So yeah, it's a hard command check, which is just a flat roll.
Mm-hmm. What you got for me? Oof.
I failed.
So yeah, there's just
nothing.
there's too much comms going on. It's like a lot of just other squads pinging in. It's like, we're pinned down over here. I got a man bleeding out. They're shooting us from every angle. All too much stuff going on. Unfortunately, you can't really pass it through too well.
It's my turn.
Nora, use your brain powers.
Debating how to use my brain powers is the question here. Ooh.
Also, Lenora, would you mind, if you're gonna move, I mean, you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do first, but whatever, after you move, if you're gonna move, could you do me another one of those, like, perception-y kind of checks for me real quick? And I will give you a plus 20 on this. Specifically because it's you.
I'm going to end up doing, and I will draw it out after I actually roll for it, because I have to do that.
Take your time.
I'm going to do a fire shield.
Damn, son. That's an effective fire shield.
Basically, just... That is... You know what? We'll accept it. I don't care.
Okay, work for me.
It's just... Can I move the box?
I don't.
Is that
actually know.
acceptable?
Is that okay? Am I allowed to move the box?
Roll 20. Will you let me move the box? Apparently not. So
Nope,
we're just
the
gonna
box will not be moved. He will not. Move the
here.
box.
Basically, just cutting off this.
That's fair. Okay, I got you. So yeah, you just bring up a large wave of fire. The two in front kind of like back off a bit, just like, whoa, what the hell? Very.
And also just
yeah.
catching some of this building too. Reminder for what that does: if they try to make any attacks into it or move through it, they take 3 damage, ignoring armor.
Got you covered.
And go ahead and roll that scrutiny.
Remember, plus 20 if you want it.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying, you can choose not to take it. I don't know. It's your call. It's fucking...
I'm not
I
crazy.
am
I'm
the
gonna
heavy flavor.
take it. Oh,
Oh.
hey. Listen,
Well,
I saw a lot of things.
yeah, you did see a lot of things. You're hearing engine sounds.
Oh, there it is.
Anything else for you, or is that it?
Just going to relay that it sounds like we've got vehicles incoming. That
Vehicles, you say?
Well, it sounds like it. Is it more like a vehicle's engine? Because that's what I'm interpreting it as.
Yes, absolutely, no question. Ziggs,
What I said.
you're up.
Well, you did say that there was a window right here, or
Yes,
some
you're
other.
fine. You can go right through that. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just going to charge this runner down with my chainsword.
Have that be.
All right. Charge standard. I believe that means no aim. No further modifiers. Submit. Nope.
Unfortunate.
I'm guessing this man ducked, and I just gouged a line out of the wall behind him.
He sees you just like shambling through the window. He's just like, oh no. He just ducks really hard. Just like, and he just kind of like is on the ground now, just like, oh, okay. And as you pull through this building, Ziggy, you hear some screaming from over here.
Which way?
Over here. There look to be about 7 or 8 life forms huddled in a corner over there.
Interesting.
Kieran?
Reminder, we can shoot through this ourselves, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. In that case, I'm gonna take a half move. 2, 3. Get myself in Flint. In this good rubble spot, and I'm gonna fire a spray at this fella here.
Do it.
Yeah. But I will also call back to Flint. You heard the lady. She got brain powers, we got a rocket tube. Let's make a match in heaven.
You got it, boss.
3 degrees of success, so that's gonna be 2 hits.
Give me auto hits. Give me damage twice.
12 and 4.
More than enough. Yeah, you just like this guy kind of comes up from behind that sandbag he's behind, and as he comes up, you just pepper him with fire. Like just one of the rounds even catches his auto guns, blows up in his head, so it falls over. You're pretty decidedly certain whatever guy got up from here is not getting back up.
You're really certain we were all supposed to die here?
Anything else for you, boss?
It gone the other way, yes.
Hell.
It's funny you say that, Kieran, because as you poke your head up over that rock, something enters your vision.
Uh-oh.
Obey, blade. It's a Lehman Russ.
Oh, yeah, that.
Oh,
Probably
that's
better.
fun.
Probably just better to Lehman Russ, but
Oh yeah, if it was a Baneblade, you'd all actually just be dead at this point. I don't know why you.
Hey, Plant, give me
Yeah,
the
boss?
tube, give me the tube, give me the tube, give me the tube, give me the tube,
Give me
give me the tube.
Take two.
That's gonna be.
Hang on, is this
my turn.
over comms?
Yeah, I mean, he's right there next to it, but like, you got fucking Lehman Russ here. Anyone got any solutions for that? I'm working on a few.
If it's your usual solution, give me a minute here. I'm dealing with an issue myself.
Oh, hell.
That takes it to you, Taman.
Okay. Yeah, tell you what, I'm just gonna try to semi-auto this guy across the street, I guess.
Go for it.
Because that sounds fun. So that's
Sounds
what
like a
we're
great
gonna
plan. You should do that.
Yeah.
Remember to add your +5 to
That's
the
not
combat.
gonna. Yeah,
Oh,
even with that,
unfortunate.
it's not gonna work.
Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, well,
No.
you let out a spray, you kind of just like ducks down in the cover as you kind of like let out your spray of lasgun fire. You know what? I realized I'm not actually. Hold on. I'm so sorry, friends. I'm so sorry. There we go. Much better. Much more improved sound effects going on around here. Okay, we got lasgun sounds around here. Okay. Anyway,
It feels
shoot
bad,
off-
man.
you shoot off some laser sounds, some sad lasgun sounds. Unfortunately, but yeah, that doesn't seem to
That
pay
they
off,
hands.
on them. Unfortunately. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Bad guys are going. This guy here will definitely just sort of start to step back a bit, like to here-ish. That puts him, I'm pretty sure, at long range now, just about, but I'll check to be certain. Actually, no, not really. Let's go have him target. We're gonna have to target, I guess, 1 or 2. Let's see. 5, 6 it is. Cool. So we're going for Lenora and Co. Here comes a full auto from an auto gun. Yeah. So here comes that. It didn't hit. Just not a lot of accuracy coming from these guys. The bad guys are not rolling hot.
As he takes a shot through it, the warp fire just kind of whips out and lashes back at him.
Yep. And he just kind of like taking his flame, kind of tries to pat the fire out, but he definitely does take some wounds for it. You kind of almost hear him under just psychers. He's got a couple wounds taken away from him. Cool. Other than that, we got 2 bad guys down here. One of whom will step up a little bit. The other of whom will also step up a little bit. And they will both also try semi-autoing down here the corridor at you, old Sarjo.
Minus 20 because I run. There's no minus 30 because I moved.
You're right. Let me make sure I got the right range on these, because they should be probably, yeah, they're definitely short range. Cool. Actually, here, let me move that guy in the right position so he can actually see you. Give me 1 second. He would be here-ish then. There we go. That way we'll see you. So let's see. Short range, full auto. And then.
Did they get to aim and move and shoot?
Oh no, they don't actually. I'm sorry. You're right. My fault.
Okay.
And then it's. What's it?
I'm just like, I've been spending my whole turn running, and they're just gonna.
The action economy.
These guys!
Action in this economy.
You tell me two guys can't figure out a move
well,
to shoot at?
they can't. They certainly couldn't have hit
Piece
you
of comedy.
either way, so that's fine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
No,
because
I'm
of the minus
not gonna
30.
aim. It's really hard.
Oh wait, you did move though, technically, right? So it wouldn't only be minus
So
20.
the minus 30 isn't there, but there is a minus 20 because I ran.
Oh, I should do that again because I effed up. That's my fault.
Yeah, sorry. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, that's
It's
my
minus
fault.
20 instead of minus 30.
Yeah, I messed that up. Okay, well that guy still missed, and then the second guy also misses. So don't worry about it. Nothing changes. Everything's fine.
Rip.
This thing is going to move at tactical speed. So we'll move up 2, 3, 4. Actually, let me make sure I got the right character sheet up for this thing real quick. Give me 1 second.
Moves at tactical as opposed to untactical speed.
As opposed to non-tactical speed.
That's
Oh,
called
As
raining
opposed to
speed.
tactical speed
Hmm.
is the ultimate speed.
A dude on top.
There is
Yes.
definitely a guy out there, yes.
Someone's got to man the stubber.
Yeah, someone's got to do the thing. Where's the vehicle button? I had it. Here it is. I found it. Okay, never mind. Got it. Tactical. Oh wow, you can move very far. So yeah, you go right to there. It's gonna turn, and first thing it's gonna do is open up with. You can just hear just a revving up of that twin cannon at the top of it. You would know for a fact this is the Lehman Russ Conqueror variant. No, sorry, the Exterminator variant actually, not the Conqueror variant. Conqueror variant has a cannon on it, not a auto cannon. But yeah, you hear that thing rev up, and just. And it's gonna shoot right down here at you two. It goes semi-auto because it can't do a full auto. It is definitely within short range. It did not aim. Here comes that. Y'all didn't move actually, so it just took it to minus 30.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh, well,
That's a rip.
that's bad. I'm gonna roll damage now, if you don't mind. Give me
And the
one.
vision comes true.
That's okay. It's okay because you still you get more armor because of the stone in front of you. So let me figure out
fire
very
shield?
quickly, because you have cover, so you get
Cover.
yeah, because of the cover.
Yep.
So let me quickly remind myself.
Should the fire shield stop it?
It doesn't stop it completely.
No,
It's
what is the
minus.
fire? It does damage back. Is it also a minus? That might be less successes if it is,
Oh.
right?
I don't believe it's a minus, but I can double check. I just know
Yeah,
that it deals damage back.
if you don't mind. Take your time. Just check on that for me real quick if you don't mind. Just that could be important to know. Let me see. Where is it? Combat reference. I had it. Where's my combat ref? Here it is. Okay. Hit locations. Cover examples. Rock Creek. Oh yeah, you're very lucky. You get an extra 16 armor because of the Rock Creek in front of you.
Ooh.
So it doesn't say anything about any like additional
Well then I will just
armor
roll
minus
some
the
damage.
success.
I
It
will.
just flashes out damage
Well then I will roll the damage then.
Is it damage for every attack or just for every turn?
for every attack.
So then it takes 6 damage total from the blowback from your fire shield, because 2 hits go through. But here comes the first one. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Give me a second. Would you like to burn a fate point to not die? Now, please
Me?
note, this is actually at Lenora.
Is that to both of us?
No, it's just at you, Lenora. Actually, do you want to burn a fate point to not die?
What happens if you get 0
Spend.
fate points?
Nothing. You just don't have any more fate points. You no longer have the Eye of Fate watching over you. You can also gain fate points back for doing like incredible things. I can give you fate points. I can bless you with fate points. Do you want to burn a fate point to not die?
Yes.
Okay. In which case, I need you to drop to 1 wound. Just like autocannon rounds just start shearing straight through this thing. Phaedra even like turns and like pushes you down, like seeing her like you see her like take some damage take some damage herself. But yeah, you both definitely are wounded, but you are like you're tunnel vision. You're on death's door, friendo. It's not looking good for you.
To be curious, how much damage was it? Because I wanna know so we know how afraid we need to be.
First hit, how much damage does it do total? I
just want to know how the armor plays it, because the cover you said was 16, and then there's another
7.
7.
It would have been 22 resistance on my part.
Yeah.
So
And I have a total
11
of
damage
10
on the
wounds.
first one.
Yeah, so the first one would have done 11 damage, second one would have done only 1. So technically, you only barely died here.
I mean, well, you don't die when you hit 0.
Oh yeah, well no, but the total is it's because of it's massive damage. If you take total damage equal to more than double your
she didn't do that.
Oh, you're right. Technically, that's true.
That
Right.
like
You're
so,
right.
so
Right.
what it would be is it would just be a crit. You take the crit wound or whatever
That's true.
to whatever got hit.
Well, you got to figure what.
That's curious because I wanted to know how it works.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Because, yeah.
That's entirely right. Actually, that's entirely my fault. I can fix that right now if you don't mind. I need you to roll me a crit injury, but you're gonna have to give me a second to get the table up so I know what they are. Give me
Okay.
just a moment.
I don't remember if it's just a D10 plus.
No, I think
how many
you roll
wounds
a
you went over.
Yeah,
So-
but I gotta actually find the table itself to get it up. Hold on, let me
Am I burning the fate point at this
Oh, you
point?
don't. Your fate point is fine. You have not burned a fate point. You're okay.
What? So, and I'm just at 0 wounds.
Yes. So you are unconscious now, but you are not dead. You definitely are not feeling too great though. And I need you to roll me as soon as I figure out what it is. I'm loading up the core rulebook right now. Give me just a bit. And you know what? I think, given that one of my players just almost died, let me see. Okay. You wanna? Here's what we'll do. Do y'all want to take like a super fast break right here, or do y'all want to just kind of keep pushing for now and we'll take it after this combat ends?
I'm fine with a quick break
ready.
to figure out the
Same here.
rules.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's do quick.
That then. Straight, you here? Take us out real quick. We'll be right back, loves, after someone just almost died.
BRB.
Fine, are you here? No.
And we're back with a player suffering a critical injury, but thankfully, given that we took some time to actually read how the critical injuries work, it's not as bad as it looks. So Lenora is at 0 wounds. She takes a 2 on the critical injury of impact to the body, meaning she has the wind knocked out of her and falls prone. But thankfully, she's not dead, and also doesn't have to burn a fate point, so that's good.
She also has fatigue, but that doesn't really matter that much.
Are you ready for the bad news? This thing's not done shooting.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You see how many guns that thing has?
I know, but still.
World War One
Right.
tank.
So from this underbarrel here, you can hear the clattering of a heavy bolter ring out. This one's gonna go at the next target, also covering behind that rock creep. Don't worry, you'll also get the rock creep defense, Kieran. It's okay. You'll be fine. I have faith in you. Assuming this thing doesn't miss horribly.
Rigged. Listen, it's taking the person firing it is taking more damage, so.
That is a singular hit to you. Only one though, given that it's. You cool?
I can try and dodge, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. No bonus for me though.
No, but
I didn't do it this turn. I tried to give more damage and I failed.
What do I have to keep you around for? Come on.
I don't know.
Oof.
I just get people killed.
Well,
Yeah.
here comes 1 round of damage, and thankfully, because of the reinforcement of the rock creep, you just hear a bunch of heavy bolter shots just start impacting right around the rock creep around you, and it just start pounding into that. And you're just like, oh yeah, that thing's definitely armed.
I'm not sure you have a minute, Biggie.
And that's thankfully all this thing's got. And the rest are kind of just sort of starting to gather around. Kieran, as you kind of like peek around, you do notice that with the arrival of the tank.
And it moved.
Did I do that?
No, I did that.
How did I do that?
A wall
It's
of
proven
fire
you can in fact
consumes.
move the
I
block.
can in fact move the box. I just have to be very specifically on the line.
If you box over them, it works better.
Kieran, as you're coming around, you notice that some guys started to kind of like rally with the tank around them. There's a couple of guys kind of coming out of these buildings, starting to rally out of the tank, and there's actually even a couple more. Boop. There you go. Starting to make their way around outside of the tank from here. And yeah, that's that for them. Sergeant.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get them order again. Hopefully I don't fail at this. Oh,
Well,
is that the same roll?
I think it actually is low key. Wait, hold on, let me see. Yes,
It was a 70.
same. Same.
It's
Oh,
very
no,
close,
you
same
rolled 4 higher than it, actually. So yeah, unfortunately, just like with all the constant firing, and also Kieran and probably Phaedra at this point, just like freaking out over comms, just like begging the medic to get over there right now. Like, there's a bit too much static going on, so you to get your order across, unfortunately.
But he's gonna have Remus back him up, and he's gonna try and shoot down this range at the guy directly in front of him.
Go for it.
With the half aim and semi-auto, short range. Where did my box go?
The box.
Box! The box!
Box.
Nope, I missed.
Unfortunate. Yeah, but so yeah, you and did you add your +5 from your boy?
Yep.
Oh, tragic. 'Cause that was very close too, actually.
I took the -10 because I wanted a semi-auto because I thought it'd be cool.
Oh,
Because everyone else
Right,
did
with
had
hubris.
reasonable numbers.
The price of hubris.
I
Tragic.
did the same thing.
Okay. Lenora, it's you. You're prone currently, and probably in some pain.
A pain. It's an action to stand back up, isn't it?
Is it? It shouldn't be if it is.
Or is it a half action?
I'll make it a half action if it's a
Standing.
full action.
Knock down.
I'll stand.
Yeah, I'll call it a half action because I don't think it should be a full action. Just to get up from being prone. That's kind of silly to me.
I'll stand.
Listen, I have a target. It's
Do
a
it.
motherfucker.
Do it.
We have some beef with this guy.
This is the fucking scowl on her face,
Please,
the fire lights up
please,
her eyes. Like,
by the power of chat.
fuck this guy.
Yes.
Fuck that guy.
Let's see some damage, I suppose.
It is not with the bonus from chat, actually.
That would add 2 more degrees of success. So that's 5 degrees of success. So yeah, you can go ahead and roll damage for me if you want. Yeah. So yeah, the commander's currently on fire. He's not dead. He's just on fire. And you can just kind of see him just like flailing about the top of this tank, trying to like put out flames that he just doesn't seem to be able to. Yeah, it's not a very fun scene to be observing. In fact, you can even see at some point just like you can hear a couple shots ring out, just and the commander kind of just slumps over, still flaming. And then with like a shove, you kind of see like the corpse kind of just get pushed out, still on fire.
Another guy.
That's just like no, a hand comes up and just closes the hatch. We're gonna stay down here. And, but yeah, the commander,
it feels around for that crap.
commander's definitely very dead though. Anything else from you, Lenora?
Nope, that was my full action.
All right, let me just go change the this sergeant stat block to not have. Yeah, okay. So let me. All right, I'll have to fire with a -4 whenever they shoot because it's no longer the commander calling the shots. It's just the spotter. Okay, that's
It's just like some guy freaking out inside.
just like okay. Oh, it's just okay. Nobody panic. Okay, you got this. We have a tank. They don't. It's fine. Anything else?
An
Do you want to
anti-tank missile, though.
do anything else, or are you done? That's it.
That is it.
Cool. Big Zig.
All right, so Ziggy is first going to finish this problem right in front of him,
Go
hopefully.
for it.
And that is just going to be a chainsaw.
Yeah, he kind of. So yeah, go ahead and roll damage if you want. And it's rending, so I'm pretty sure that means you can reroll.
Yeah, you can re-roll the damage if you would take the better.
Okay. And reroll.
Yeah,
I
with
think it's
with 8 damage, pen 2, you shear off 2 of that armor, and you got you definitely. He brings up his like lasgun to try to like parry your blow, so you kind of start eating into the charge pack of it a little bit. It doesn't blow or anything. You kind of still see like you can see like gas leaking from it or whatever, but you still manage to like kind of eat into his shoulder. You can kind of hear him like yell out in pain as the chainsaw kind of just like tears down into him. He's definitely not dead. He's just like still trying to push back against you. You can feel that right arm of his going more and more limp as you kind of eat into more tendon and ligament with that chainsword of yours. Anything else?
Besides the comment of, I have bigger issues than you.
I mean,
Leave the motive force.
you hit him again.
I can't, that was a half aim. I can't hit him again. I don't have enough actions to hit him again.
But you have aimed. Wait,
Yeah.
you aimed? You don't have to aim for melee attack.
It gave me an option, but if...
you can aim for melee attacks and it gives you +10.
Yep.
Can you? Oh, you can, can't you? Never mind.
Okay. In that case, Big K, you're up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only little K.
You a little K?
Oh.
Big K is the Emperor.
Fair
There's
enough.
a K in there
Yeah.
somewhere. So
Yeah, it's
Oh,
me.
go
That's
check.
probably great. I said it. Fight me, Warhammer fans.
Here's gonna check one more time in the comms. So I can't blow up this tank.
I am not over there in 6 seconds, then yes, you may blow it up.
I'm gonna blow something up. Remind me, these are the guys who are being cocky about having a tank, right?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Cool. With Flint's help, I'm going to load a frag grenade into the rocket launcher. Or frag missile, rather. Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll
Get 'em
know
up.
I chucked the entire launcher. How's that? Surprise. No, it's gonna be short range standard. All right, come on.
K gets +20.
I almost literally can't miss. 7 degrees
no,
of success.
yeah.
Make it for
Yep,
next time.
That's hit. And it's blast, so it's definitely hitting all 3 of them. Go ahead and roll some damage for me,
Mhm.
boss. Oh yeah,
It's gonna be 11.
11 damage total with a pen of 2. So they all okay, and they have. Yeah. So this guy up in the front, you just see him like blast forward and like skid across the street a little bit, like on his face, trail of blood behind him. Yeah, he doesn't seem to move. You see these two definitely scattered to the ground, and like you can see this guy right here kind of like getting up and coughing a bit. Definitely hurt. Not exactly dead, but definitely not looking too good. And they're both like on the ground from the blast. They're both prone. They're knocked prone from the blast.
I shout out, sorry, there was something about a tank. And I poke my head back down as the fire keeps coming at me.
Madam Taman.
But that's gonna be my turn. Yeah.
Dr. Taman, as it were.
Yeah, I was like, that is doctored you.
You're right. Apology.
You know, okay, how fixed? How fixed Lenora, please?
That's a fantastic question.
How fixed?
Let's have you roll some Medicaid real quick.
Okay.
And here, let's see. Healing. A character slightly damaged, they're taking critical damage, and everyone is taking damage to his wounds. Okay, yep. Let's see. If he does so, can turn. Okay. Medical attention. Application of healing drugs and powerful Medicaid. Let's see. Medicaid skill on page 155. Yep. Okay, so I need to go see the Medicaid skill real quick. If you don't mind, 1 second while I grab that. I'm pretty sure you should go ahead and just take me a Medicaid test and let me know what you get on that.
Cool.
I need an explanation on why Taman is so much bigger than everybody else around.
Yeah, I already noticed that earlier. It was weird.
I think it's the enemies.
Wait, is that real? I'm sorry.
Yeah, like what happened?
Also, I am small. My token
I
is
actually
small.
don't know why that
We're
happened.
very
Oh my
small, Lord.
Took
I-
my
I am also small. Why are we 3 different sizes?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I
took
Alright,
roll
I
20.
even
Don't
took my
get
girth.
me.
But
alright, please, dice
you,
guys. Oh,
before you roll that Medicaid, are we applying the rule standard penalties for this?
As in what?
As in a minus 20
Give me 1 second. Let me see.
or minus 10? It's really depending on you, but it's still healing a critical wound.
Healing a non-critical injury, feeling cool. Assistance, healing critical, exposed to the elements. I would say, given that, I would say you. It's a. I'm gonna make it a. I'll make it a. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a flat roll for you.
Okay.
Given that it's a critical injury in the field, but you are working with assistance as Benin is helping you. So I'll say it's
I mean,
not
like I took the field treatment like comrade thing too, so I don't know if that helped. There's a bunch of stuff I took for this. but
Listen,
okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, we're gonna try. We're gonna try this.
I have faith.
All right.
It's good. That's very good. So yeah, let's see. Special uses for Medicaid, first aid. First aid. Let's see. Yeah, okay. If you succeed, you remove an amount of damage from a patient equal to the intelligence bonus, plus 1 additional point of damage for each degree of success. The healer scores on the test, removing critical damage before normal damage. So you have 2 on crit damage for impact, right, Lenora? So Taman, what's your intelligence bonus?
My intelligence bonus. Let me see what that is.
It's whatever the 10th place is in your intelligence.
You go up here. 47.
Then you have 4. So you gain back 5. So you're back to 3 wounds now. Lenora, all crit damage is removed from you, and you are back to 3 wounds. As Taman just kind of rushes over, and you can feel free to describe how that happens for you if you want. Yeah, take it.
I mean, what exactly did they get hit with? I was a little confused because we talked about like
Very large
multiple things.
auto cannon put holes in the rockcrete, and also like I'm honestly gonna, because of it, like you kind of like got the wind knocked out of you. I'm gonna say it's more just like maybe one sort of round kind of like got through, but like lost a lot of impact and kind of hit you in the chest. But like mostly it was just like exploding rockcrete from all the rounds hitting, kind of just like all like just blunt impact trauma just all around your chest and torso area. So
Maybe
a
a
lot of
broken rib.
like that. You know,
Yeah,
things like that.
honestly, just like stabilizing what she can, as well as like it's for at least like bruising and stuff. You're just gonna need like pain meds for, honestly.
It works.
At least right now. Yeah.
Okay, put some dirt on it, soldier. You'll be all right.
What works.
But need some Neosporin. It's fine.
I literally just imagine Taman just dragging her around this corner.
All right. Anything else for you, Taman, or is that it?
That probably took my full action, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right then. Yeah.
Bad guys are up again. these two will rise to their feet, and they will just unaimed. Honestly, they'll probably just move up at this point, just get themselves in a better position, probably if they can. Just like right about here-ish, yeah, just about. This guy here will also kind of just like shuffle around a bit, maybe like there-ish. This guy here will come over here, seeing there's some commotion happening down here. Our friend in here is gonna step back a little bit more, and once again, just try to shoot at you, Zigster. If he can do that, he'd like to try to do that. He's probably gonna fail again, but you know what?
That I didn't move last time. I believe I'm getting that camo bonus.
You are. You sure
Teeny
are.
tiny.
Let me get the character sheet up for this real quick. Give me a second. It's not taking time. Apologies. Roll20 doesn't like me sometimes. Like right now, which is not
That's
loading.
relatable.
Which is not loading. It is a racial microaggression. I agree. Like right now, when the sheet just won't load at all. Like it just doesn't want to load.
Oh.
It chooses not to open. Roll20. Roll20. I need you to stop this shit. I need you to stop it right now. You cease it right now. You cease and desist with this nonsense. All right, you know what? It's fine. It's not gonna happen. Anyway, so I'll just have to roll this the not as fun way. Give me a second. Come on. Why are you like? It's literally it'll open every other sheet except for this. I should reload my roll20, I guess. I'll do that. Reload. But while that's happening, I guess what just happened is here we go. We're back on the map now. We're back in it, folks. We're back in it like we never been back in it. While that's happening, the tank will just kind of crawl forward a bit more at tactical speed. It'll take a just angle itself this way. Boop. And boop. And yeah, just kind of position itself right there. You can kind of hear those guns kind of like loading up again. It will move for one more though, actually. Yeah, okay. This guy back here, who just ran away from Zig, is gonna actually once again, he's kind of like one arm now because his right arm is definitely very, very injured. But he'll heft an arm up, and thank you for actually loading the sheet, Roll20. I appreciate you. He's gonna try to full auto at short range without aiming. This is not gonna go well. Oh, close though. But yeah, he just kind of tries to spray at you, misses entirely, given that he's not really feeling too well. Given the wound.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Does Ziggy get a free attack when it moved away?
Oh, actually, yeah, go ahead.
Because if you're engaged in melee and someone moves away, you get a free standard attack.
Yeah, you can go ahead
One free standard attack. I'm gonna assume no aim.
Yeah, no aim.
And boop, boop.
You hit. Damage. Ouch. Yeah, so he goes to step back and you just like shear off his leg and like he falls to the ground just like screaming in agony before just kind of like clutching at it and just getting like weaker and weaker and like the screaming just peters off and he falls over dead. And there are still 8 screaming civilians over in this corner over here. And they all kind of like start to fall silent as like this person like dies. And yeah, that's sort of just like, you notice like they're all kind of like, at least the chunk of them, the huddle of them you can see is just staring straight at you with a lot of fear and apprehension in their eyes. And then, hey guys, it's time for the tank to shoot again. You ready?
No.
Who's getting
Let's
lit up
see.
now?
We can see 3 of you, so I'm gonna decide who we can see. I rolled the wrong die again. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4. Comes that big K then, for the first shot at least. Here it comes now.
Minus 30 with the not moving still.
Don't worry. Short range, semi-auto, no aim. Minus 30. Still only 1 hit this time. And so I'm just gonna roll. You can take a chance to dodge if you want.
I would like to try that, please, and thank you.
Go for it, friendo.
Please dodge. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're fine. Totally fine, actually. Like, you kind of peek your head up, you kind of like hear the whirring of that cannon, you're just like, oh no! You just duck, it's just like a hail of bullets fly over your head. You're just like, oh, okay, we're good.
Fine.
It's then going to open up with its heavy bolter, this time at the medic it just noticed, actually.
No, don't do that.
That's
All
only
right,
1
good.
hit.
Can I dodge?
You sure can.
All right. I'm gonna try.
Do your best. You did your best. Yeah, similar. Like you kind of move, like you're down.
No.
Like, you're kind of like in this alleyway, kind of like in the middle, like almost in between like the Valkyrie and the wall, kind of like helping Lenore, checking on, make sure she gets up. As you turn, you kind of see like the pintle-mounted heavy bolter just like aim in your direction, and like you just kind of feel a hand has been just like yanks you back, just like no. And you just kind of again hail bolts right by you. Just like your hyper focus is appreciated when it's necessary, but please try to avoid the bullets if you can.
For sure.
And yeah, that's actually the only things it has in range right now. So good job surviving the tank shooting, guys. You did great. This guy here, however, who was not the tank, is also going to shoot because he's feeling like shooting. So that's going to happen. If you allow me just a moment, he will attempt a semi-automatic barrage. Actually, you know what? Given that he's in short range, let's start a full auto actually. Right at, let's see, I can only see you two, I suppose. So gonna go for K and Co. Still at minus 30, unfortunately. Meaning he's like very much not likely for him to hit at all. Yep.
Taking that 3 damage.
Imagine being able to roll under 40.
And then he does take 3 damage, so that's he's down to 7. These
How does that work against this fucker?
You know, no, don't worry. The tank is taking the damage. It just has a lot of health. Why are you yelling at me? What do you want? Sorry, my dog is barking. Anyway, that's all.
Baby.
Sergeant, you're up. Go ahead.
Where's my baby?
Are those guys gonna shoot at me?
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's
teacher.
Teacher, hurt me.
They're gonna move up.
Teacher, remember to roll your concentration check.
Driving mad.
Listen. Because I'm a stickler for those.
Buddy.
I'm in D&D, I'm a stickler for concentration checks.
I'm very much not, so I appreciate that. He will go semi-auto instead, as opposed to full autoing, because that seems to not be working out so well for them. You didn't move as well, right?
Yep.
So here comes the minus 30. It's a miss. Next guy does the same thing. He hits once.
I'll try and dodge.
Take your time.
Not likely. Nope.
Damage. Oh, look, you actually should be okay, I think.
Yeah, I have 8 armor.
Yep, so you're good. He just, like rounds impact your armor, but not enough to leave anything more than, like, a surface bruise. Nothing serious.
Okay.
And yeah, now it's your turn.
That's me. Alright, I'm just do the exact same thing as last turn. Maybe I don't roll shit. Everyone get him!
Get him! You did it!
Please.
Yeah, finally, as things calm down, you know, we got Lenora up and running, everyone's calming down, the tank's not blowing you all to pieces. You all can finally hear your sergeant offering commands to, like, you know, give covering fire and you know, supporting fire over each other, to overlap your fields of fire and things like that.
Focus fire.
Yeah, and you're all just like, okay, we got this. And yeah, that's do it. What do you think?
And then question: if you do a semi-auto attack, can you put them at different people?
Yeah, I'll do why not.
If they're like, I think there's something like if they're in close, you can do it at different people. All right. Well, he's gonna try again, and you know I'll roll above 70 again, so it won't matter. But
You got it, I believe. Yeah, look
Ooh.
at you with the 5.
5.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
anyone's put it up?
I'll do one to the guy. I mean, there's 2 guys, right?
Yeah,
It's max 2 hits, right?
Yeah. All right, so give me damage twice.
Yep.
Okay. Second one.
What does Divine Fury again do?
Oh, when you hit
I should roll again.
No, actually, it should automatically be taking that into account. No, it's not, but yeah. When you do hit roll a flat 10, you can roll another d10 and add that on top of the damage.
Yeah, so you can roll again if you want.
Okay.
It's just a flat.
Do you just want to take the next one, or do you just want me to? I can just roll flat.
Well, the next one count was the roll was a 7, so
Yeah.
13 plus 7 more. So that would make it 20 total. So yeah, this guy just he dies.
And then the other one takes 8.
Yeah, minus a couple from his armor.
Yep.
To about 4 or so wounds left. Cool. So yeah, he just not looking.
There's actually 4 more damage on there too.
Well,
Because I succeeded the check.
You're right.
All
So yeah,
attacks with their
you and Remus kind of just line up in a really organized drill. Like you kind of stand up. He kind of like gets like kneels, like crouches under you. Organized fire drill, controlled burst. You just put those 2 down. They get littered with fire. Could you roll for me a quick scrutiny or perception check if you don't mind?
Sure. I think. Nope, never mind. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna fail. So you go ahead and describe it.
You're also hearing engine sounds.
Okay.
You barely
You
failed.
so
It's a
close.
fascinating
Oh my
thing.
god.
I wasted my 9 roll on that.
Very close. So close. That's crazy how close that was actually. Wow. But yeah, you're also hearing engine sounds. Lenora.
Hello.
Different engine sounds, or am I just finally hearing the tank because I'm so far away?
You already heard tank sounds. You're hearing different ones.
Let's see.
Lenora, go ahead.
See if we can get that guy to burst into flames. Where's my
fire
character?
going on, I feel
Where did it go? There's a lot of fire going on. Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly, if that's pathetic, then I'm not here. I'm not here to deny it.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, apparently so will your dice. So go ahead
Yeah.
and roll damage for me. 9's enough for this guy over here. He already was wounded. So yeah, you just he's like running up at you, kind of like run to cover. You catch him like mid-step. He just kind of falls over screaming and patting at himself, and he doesn't get back up. Big dead. Going for that guy too?
Yeah.
Do it!
He's already on the ground. I can tell by his token being on the side.
He's not looking too good. That was totally on purpose.
Oh, that was damage. I needed to roll this one.
Totally.
It works
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, this guy's kind of like trying to like scramble up the rock creek to like get a good position. He like peeks his upper body up, and again, you just like his lower body like sears off and like falls to the ground. His upper body just kind of sits there, just like still burning. And yeah, he's dead.
Remind me never to impact you with a high capacity shell.
Yeah, you don't appear to be very happy about that.
Considering
Or
it before.
I don't know. It's
thought it
depends on your definition of a good time.
Depends on your definition of a high impact shell.
Yeah, I impact round for you. All right.
Hate all of you.
Look,
I
okay,
hate all
look,
of
like,
you.
look, I got some plithy one-liner to try and get you interested in me, but I also got a tank out there, so.
But there's a thing to worry about. Victor, you're
Never
up.
knows it's a time and place.
Quick question. This
Yeah?
wall to my west, is that solid or do I need to find a way through?
It's solid.
Yeah, okay. So
There
I
is a
came.
corner out here. It's kind of like
Window right here.
there's a corner out here that's kind of broken out, but it's mostly taken up by this car that's crashed and on fire.
Yeah, I was hoping to run through that on my way to the tank, but that's not going to happen. So it's going to be a while before I get to that tank. But yeah, for narrative reasons, Ziggy is just actively ignoring the civilians in the corner for, good reasons. They don't seem to be hostile, and he has more pressing issues. Let's see.
What you doing?
I'm trying to think. I'm going to probably. There's a staircase leading to the second floor, isn't there?
Yep.
All right. How much movement can I? All right. Well, yeah. Ziggy's just going to pack up his chainsaw for the moment, and he's making a run for the stairs.
Okay. Roll dodge.
Okay. Give me 1 second here.
They coming after you, bruh?
Dodge. Here we go. Oh.
Take 2 wounds. As
Nope.
you're moving by, most of the other individuals aren't doing anything. They're just all cowering. But as you run by them, you do see a shuffle, and you feel this sharp stabbing pain in your lower leg. As you look down, definitely a human, but no older than maybe, 10 or so. has ran up to you and stabbed a knife into your leg.
So Ziggy's just gonna look down at his bleeding leg, look at the child, and I was like, your courage is commendable. Your intelligence is lacking.
You killed my brother. And he kind of just holds that knife up. He's definitely shaking. Like, he's shaking, but he has it, like, just held up in front of him, just looking at you.
Complete the set.
Tell me, well, why did your brother fight?
To keep his home safe from invaders.
Is that what they told you?
It's what I see in front of me. Now, if you're gonna shoot me, then do it. Because I'm not putting this knife down. And he takes like one step towards you. Again, his whole body is shaking and trembling at this point. And he has like tears running hot down his face. But he still has that knife held in front of him. And he just slowly, maybe like a step every couple of seconds, just is trying to move towards you. And we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Kieran, you're up.
All right. Well, shoot. Who's still alive? Any of you still alive over there?
The one guy right there.
Huh?
And also the tank.
There is a tank. We should probably deal with that.
Tag.
It's been 6 seconds.
There's more
6
content.
seconds. I think he's
Exactly
having
6 seconds, technically speaking.
I think he's having a full conversation in there. Yeah, we're gonna load up a crack grenade.
Oh, I've been waiting on this.
Yeah, I have. It's gonna be very fun. And I don't have time to aim because I just reload with the 2. But that's fine. Who needs to aim when you have 7 degrees of success?
You sure don't need to aim. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll me some DiMaggio, Summoner?
Okay. It's gonna be some of that.
Oh.
Okay, let me look at the structure points for this thing real quick, because that's a lot.
Yes, it is proven to do, which is good. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. You got it. Thank you.
Concussive, yeah. Concussive has to make. I can't read this. This is.
Can't read.
Well, you know.
I don't do much reading.
So you have to make a toughness test. And you have to beat my damage.
Let's see if I can do that.
So toughness against a 37.
Yeah, unfortunately. So the actual fun thing is, technically speaking, were this like a normal, regular, old-fashioned Lehman Russ, I actually wouldn't be that concerned at all. But you can kind of tell it's definitely a little more ramshackle, maybe not as well maintained as a standard, guard issue Lehman Russ would be. And like, Kieran, you shot plenty of rockets at plenty of tanks in your day, and you're used to knowing that, like, when you kind of hit a certain angle on the front of a Lehman Russ, it just pings, like it spalds off and it does its own thing. That rocket just sinks straight in the middle of it. It doesn't like go through, but it gets like punctured into that armor, and then boom, and it blows off. It blows up. I'm not even gonna take the toughness test because of the proximity to the crew. You can definitely tell for a fact that anybody in there, if they're alive, is rattled. They are definitely not feeling too good about that. As your round just sinks straight through this thing, and it it's not looking like you. It's definitely still functional, but you put a chunk in it, friend. Let me tell you.
Yeah. All right. Well, they're going to be stunned. It depends on their degrees of failure, but
they fail by only by 1, technically by default.
Okay, they're stunned for 1 turn, and that is going to be my turn.
Payment.
Okay. Well, the only guy that I can see that I can hit from here is this guy. So, or except like, can I potentially? I'm not gonna aim at the thing. That's a horrible idea. So we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna aim at the one guy. And since the dice apparently hate me, We're just gonna do a standard
Regular old shot.
shot. Yeah, we're just gonna do a regular old shot and see what happens.
Hit him.
Use your plus
Yeah,
20.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's they do damage.
Yeah,
That's what we
alright,
should use
alright.
the full auto.
I know. That's what I should have. But you
Yeah,
know
would've been
what?
kinda full auto, huh?
It's
I made
hate
this
that just
mistake.
the way. I hate that just the way. 11
Oh
damage.
yeah, that's more than enough. Yeah, this guy's kind of like, you can see him kind of like looking around, trying to find a good spot to look for cover. His friend over on the rock is burning to a crisp. His friend over there has his face in the dirt in a wad of things. You're kind of like looking around. He like looks and sees you, and like tries, but you just
He just lock eyes for a second.
he kind of like like he has the gun up. He just looks down, sees the hole in his chest, and just kind of slumps.
And this is the moment where he knew that he fucked up.
And yeah, that's that for him. He's very dead.
I already
Anything else?
forgot the +4 damage that people. Kieran, did you add that onto your thing or?
I
too?
did not.
Oh, well then I will add that into the damage that the tank took. Thank you for reminding me. Gotcha, covered. No problem.
Alright, well that's all I got.
Yeah, I think at that point it's definitely probably Flynn who just looks over and just says, "Princess is quite the shot, huh?"
This is what's calling it now?
Just saying, she looks kind of good. She just doesn't look too bad over there, right?
I mean, you're not wrong, but fucking him, that was rattled him. What the fuck's wrong with that Lehman Rose?
Moments for levity, friend. Don't worry about it. Anyway, you got that tank
Yeah,
pretty
man. Got her better.
Anywho, it's the bad guy's turn. Except, Marius. Remember
Yeah.
the sounds you were hearing?
Yeah.
You're getting a comm.
Hmm.
It's not from anywhere in your regiment.
Hmm.
So, as you answer it, at first there's kind of just like static for a little bit, a bit of silence for a while, and eventually you hear very, very loudly, and it kind of like spreads. It kind of opens up. It's just you hear it very loudly. Just yeah! This is Ironbreaker 1-2 Foulbreaker pulling in hot, and you hear over the side a very loud, very friendly Lehman Russ battle tank begin to roll its way down the street, right past your vision. Y'all are having some fun over here! Mind if I add to the party?
I assume these are the same comms that the other agents were working on. That were the holdouts that were still waiting for us. They complained.
Oh, this is not a resistance tank. This is like one like of your invading forces, like with
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
different company, yeah, just a different regiment.
But it's okay, and it's not on our comms. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. Please do. We'll take any assistance.
Open it up, and you see it just like from that pintle mount under its main cannon, a similar heavy bolter to the one that was open that's on the enemy tank, just peels open a splattering of fire, completely pasteurizes this guy, just turns into a fine red mist. He disappears. You see that large turret on the front just angle itself over towards that looking at the enemy tank nearby, and you hear just this thunderous, cacophonous boom. And it just, this large battle cannon just sends out like so loud that you could see like some windows nearby shatter from like the reverberating noise. A round sails out, impacts the side through the sponson turret here. You actually can see on the side that you're pretty sure what looks to be like a heavy flamer turret actually. The Prometheum tank on it gets punctured by this battle cannon round. It goes straight through into the middle, and after a brief second later, there is this cacophonous explosion as this thing just goes up in a mushroom cloud.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, it's a dead.
Excellent.
And yeah, any other like individual members of like the the separatists who you could see like might have been like hiding out in the streets, you just see them like starting to like fall back and start peeling off down that main boulevard here. And yeah, honestly, that's at this point there's a brief sort of lull of silence now as things kind of fall off for a bit. Just the raging of flames and the smoldering wreck of a Lehman Russ battle tank, or I guess a Lehman Russ exterminator, just hanging in there as Foe Breaker just starts to wheel its way, crunching over the whatever remains of this body here. It just parks itself right here. And at that point, it opens up to the whole squad comm and just says, thought y'all could use the assist.
Much appreciated.
Y'all
Damn,
pretty
good
deep
shit.
down here. The main push is pretty far away. What's the objective?
We're not going for the main push.
Sound tasty. Where are you headed?
Center.
Dare I ask why?
High priority target.
Well, given that my commanding tank was shot up in a street fight about 2 blocks down, and the rest of my regiment's all fighting at 4 blocks in, and I'm separated, and you hear a quick little click, and I'm off squad comms. Might be best if I simply accompany y'all for the rest of the mission, eh?
We'll take that help.
All right
Seems like
then.
we're gonna need it.
Main road then. Saddle up, kids. We're charging through. And he just starts. You kind of see him like just crunch over the wreckage of this other tank and just start like moving its way into position here. You can even see like as it does so, like you just this heavy bolter starts like picking off target. Like as people are kind of like running away, it's just letting off bursts here and there, trying to pick off separatists. And yeah, you guys can all just kind of gather up wherever you'd like to at this point.
Don't
Here
I
you
have
can,
a
like-
angry child to deal with?
You do, which is where we're gonna go back to right now.
All right. So,
Going
dealing
back.
with said angry child with a knife who's slowly creeping up on me. What do I have to roll to yank that knife out of his hand and pin this boy down to the ground so I can properly talk to him?
You know, that's a fantastic question. Let me find that out for you. Actually, if you don't mind, give me a second.
Grappling would be based off of weapon skill, if that helps.
Yeah,
you any.
probably. That sounds about right. So, I would say give me an yeah, just go ahead and give me a weapon skill check.
Any bonuses for size difference?
Definitely a +20. You're a lot bigger than this kid, no question.
All right.
And he will try. It's okay. That's okay. 'Cause it's more. It's a contested thing. It's not just like you're contesting him, not trying to beat your own thing. It's a thing. Well, you have 2 degrees of failure, and now he has to try and see what he rolls. Give me a second. The die roller, D100. Oh no. Yeah, you actually win. He has 4 degrees of failure, so you're 2. So yeah,
Oh.
it's an awkward scuffle of like him trying to like gut you basically, and you just trying to, well, 1, not be gut, and 2, just like not hurt this kid too bad. But eventually you do manage to kind of like separate his arms enough that he like is in enough pain to like yelp and let go of the knife, and so it drops to the floor. And he kind of just like squirms against your grip for a bit. Like he just like has this like hot tears running down his face very, very fast. He's like almost to the point like gnashing at you. Like if he could, he would just bite at you.
All right. So, primary threat dealt with. You're now considered a non-combatant again. What do you know of this conflict? What do you know of our reason for being here?
I know that the planetary governor said he would give us better, that the Imperium didn't care, so he separated us from them, and that you're all here because you're bullies who want to take us back.
We would have been, speaking of our superiors, I'm fairly sure they would have been very open to negotiations to get you better. However, your governor chose violence. We answered in kind.
My brother used to tell me, if you scream a whole lot and nobody's listening, then you have to get violent.
And I need to and I would counter, what if you're dealing with 1,000 voices all screaming?
Then you die screaming. I won't let you take my home from me.
The harder your people fight, the worse the damage will be. We would rather not inflict that much damage.
I don't believe you.
if we wanted to inflict that much damage, why am I dealing with you in a non-lethal manner?
Do those green things you call eyes not work? Look around. Look at all the homes you've destroyed. The fires burning, all the people dead, the planes flying over still dropping bombs right now? How many of my friends have you seen killed?
And I would ask you the same. How many of my friends have you seen killed?
You
And
brought a
continue.
war here.
You, not you personally, your leaders brought war here.
So then why are you yapping at me? You gonna kill me?
I would very much not.
Well, that makes one of us, coghead.
Well then, you are being incredibly unreasonable. And now I ask the GM, what do I need to roll to knock the kid out? Because I'm not going to deal with this kid much longer.
How do you
I
want to
have-
knock the kid out? What's the game plan here?
I mean, the major thing is I have one extra limb over on this kid.
So what's
So-
the game plan? Are you just gonna bonk him? Like how are we doing this?
Yeah, it's going to be a bonk.
All right, then just roll me a melee attack. You can take a plus, I don't know, like plus 30 because you're grappling him right now. I
All right.
don't know.
So one weapon skill, which is melee attack, with a plus 30.
Yeah, so he's like ranting and raving at you, just like, so either kill me or give me your neck, coghead. You just bop him really hard in the head. He kind of just lulls and then falls over, slumped,
Okay.
unconscious. You
All
can
right.
see like some of the other voices over there. Some of them start like gasping and like seeming very concerned after you do this.
Yeah, he's just going to look over at the other civilians and just nonchalantly ask, what is this child's name?
Why would we tell you that? Someone says.
Because when this is all over, I would like to ensure that this child doesn't get executed.
His name is Temmie. He's my youngest son. My oldest is, well, he kind of looks over at the corpse over on the side.
Then I would recommend you all move eastward. The conflict will be continuing to move further west into the battle, and if you head in the indicated direction, you will avoid the major of the conflict.
He looks very confused at you for a while, but eventually does kind of slowly step over and hold her hands out.
And Ziggy does deposit the child into their arm, and he heads over to join up with the rest.
Yeah, and they'll just kind of like slowly kind of start gathering up each other. You can hear them muttered whispers and things. And yeah, you can go ahead and head out and join the others.
And Fellowship of the Own Will, that doesn't really matter either.
Right. So yeah, so you come out and join the others, and you kind of exit this building. It's been maybe about a solid minute or two after the tank has, been kablooied. And yeah, what's everyone up to? What's happening now? What's happening from here?
Does this wall of fire go down?
Yeah, Lenore. Usually, I enjoy the space things you put between us, but if you could drop the fire.
You could not burn me to a solid crisp. I'd appreciate that. Thanks. Dude.
Yeah, I'd rather not be Kentucky Fried.
This tank now going down the main street.
Yeah, he's waiting to go home with y'all.
Well, I mean, how's that timeline look?
Oh, I mean, you're kind of definitely getting flashes that, like, among the timelines you were seeing, in the ones wherein, like, this happens, this tank appears, which they were hard to notice amongst all the flashes, but you did definitely see one or two moments where, like, support appeared in either, like, an airstrike or a tank or some more infantry. And in most of those instances, you could just proceed down the main road with that support without too much trouble. And you're kind of thinking in your head, like, this is a tank. We're probably okay. We're probably good.
going with it and just kind of trying to keep track of any differentiations or signs of, well,
Pedro
one,
looks
the
over at you
ambushes
and
and shit that I've noticed beforehand, but
Pedro looks over and just says, "Madam, you're wounded. Are you okay?"
if I'm standing, then I'm fine.
I don't necessarily agree with that assessment, but I won't pry. Just please, if we have a moment of levity, have our medic look at you, please. I prefer you not suffer any more injury in this field.
We look at a look at people.
You would know, wouldn't you? That's
So there's a
it.
bit of a, yeah. So I'm sorry. If you guys you keep going, you're fine. Go ahead.
Just teasing Kieran for a second, but Jude just nods in agreement.
Hey, I mean, worked out for both of us. She's a better shot now.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. That's apparently how that
Guess
works.
I finally rubbed off on her. Though, to be fair, I didn't really do that. No, did I?
This brings an entirely different definition to Skillshare.
Yeah.
Oh my
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag non-sponsored content.
Skillshare.
God fucking.
Call the
God.
professor tonight.
Your Christ, no.
Oh, guys, I hate it. I hate it a lot. Except
We
I
have
don't actually.
tons of
You
big
enabled
brain
that.
academics.
I did. And so there's a few
All-star
minutes
skill.
of sort of like gentle pause, and I think at this point, Foebreaker does tap in to say like, I won't proceed till you guys are ready. So take all the time you need to recover your wounds, or make sure check your gear or anything. But when you're advancing, just let me know. And so there's sort of this like gentle sort of pall of patience and quiet, just a gentle sort of silence. And I think there is one last thing that needs to happen real quick. How about Sir Heck, roll me a D100, please.
Oh boy, okay.
Actually, no, I lied. Roll me a D8.
Okay. 3.
Okay. Kiernan, can you roll dodge for me?
Okay.
Wait, no, sorry, I looked at that number backwards. That's my fault. It wasn't Kiernan. I apologize. I actually need, which is great because you failed, so it's fine. I actually need Sir Heck technically, or Taman to make that check now.
Oh, okay, great.
I looked at, I did my numbers backwards. That's my
Alright,
fault. I'm so sorry.
Hold on. Where's dodge? There it is. And I have a cat yelling at me.
Perfection.
Right on.
So as you're kind of waiting patiently, you're kind of just chilling out, and you're kind of all talking, bantering back and forth. Taman, you kind of glance down for a bit, and you're not sure for a second when you got this weird small red decal on the middle of your flak armor. Wait a minute, that's a laser sight! And then Benin pushes you really hard, only for a round to go right through his shoulder, and he falls to the ground in a lot of pain. And it doesn't look like it was immediately fatal. He's definitely still alive, given the screaming. But yeah, he's took a sniper round through his shoulder. And he's kind of just on the ground now. And as you guys immediately kind of all go immediately looking for whatever happened, probably putting some fire on some random windows here or there, you do notice a guy kind of over here-ish on the upper level of this building here, just kind of rapidly scuffling away.
Fucking hell.
Alright, well,
Goodness.
Taman's like rushing over to Benin and like
Yeah.
seeing what's going on. Like, he's
Well,
obviously not okay.
He's on the ground. He definitely has, the round kind of went in through like sort of the back of his left-ish shoulder, and you can definitely see an exit wound, which is a good sign in this instance. You wouldn't want to have a non-exit wound. The trouble is the exit wound comes through about like here-ish, so you're a bit concerned there might be some lung damage, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's kind of like coughing out, just and he kind of is like trying to make eye contact with you. You get the sense that maybe he's trying to say something, but it doesn't seem like any words are making it out of the
Yeah,
mouth
it's
right
like
now.
Don't talk. Just. Oh, why did you do that? Is there any type of check or test I could do? Or
If you'd like, absolutely, no question.
all right. Do have that if I need to.
That's true. That's a thing. That's uh-oh.
Which even with that, it'd be one off.
Yeah. So, but one off is better than 30 something off.
Yeah.
Point being, yeah. So I mean, yeah. So you get to work on unbending for a while, and it's like it's getting worse as you're starting to work. Like there's more hemorrhaging happening. You're kind of working your best to kind of apply thin skin and seal wounds, put pressure on it, stop bleeding. And eventually you do manage to get him the closest you can to stabilized. And you kind of he's kind of just laying there. At first there's not really like any breath. You kind of check for a bit, and there is this very, very, very shallow breath that eventually just does deepen a bit as you get the sense that maybe he lost consciousness for a bit as you were working on him, but it does seem to be coming back too, and just, I thought I'd be dead. Snicks.
Like she had something to say about that.
I'm sorry I hurt your players' feelings.
How dare.
My fault. Might be.
Well, you're not, and oh god, I shouldn't have done that. Come on, let's get to a safer spot.
Hey,
So you're
one of us has a relationship to walk to out of this. I couldn't just let you get killed, right?
I mean, I'm sure you have your own pursuits.
A sister back home. A girl I've been thinking about recently, but I haven't written to her recently, so I guess that's my mistake. You get me out of here and I'll see if I can't pen something to her after this, huh?
Absolutely, and I'm going to get you out of this.
Let's hope so. And I think it's okay if we call it there, huh, friends? Everybody cool with that?
Sure.
This brief moment of levity in the middle of the siege, allowing our players this time to sort of recover, having just fought off a Lehman Russ battle tank, which could have gone a lot worse, believe it or not.
No, I can.
Unfortunately, there is still plenty more siege to go and still an inheritor to capture. But I will sort of just allow this time for our players to recover from the long session they've had, and we'll do outros real quick. Let everybody say who they are, where we can find you at, other things you're doing, and where people can other stuff. And after that's gonna go quick little catch in with you guys on like how that session went and how you're all feeling, just real quick before we head out. So yeah, we'll just go overlay order. Send yourselves out, all right?
Hello, I'm Purple. I've been playing Sergeant Marius Ferriccioli today, and yeah, you can catch me around. Next thing I'll be in will be over in TPK. I'll be in Wrath of Many with Sir Heck, a fun little D&D game that we just started, doing a 4-part series, level 5, level 10.
Yeah, episode 1, we already cried, so.
Yeah, and fast leveling, so I mean, 4 episodes will be level 20, so if we live.
I mean, you're kind of getting that here too, low key.
A little bit, yeah. And then
Yes.
next thing after that will be this in 2 weeks, and then I'll announce it here again. I've announced a couple places, but in what is the official date? I need to check now, so I'm not wrong. It is I don't know. It's a day. For TPKCon, I have a panel that is coming up. It is on the Saturday. I believe it's the 9th. But
I believe that's the 10th. Friday
10th.
would be the 9th.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
no,
it's the 10th.
Saturday's 10th. Saturday's the 11th, actually. Friday's the 10th, right?
Oh.
Or am I wrong?
Oh, Friday is the 9th.
Oh, I don't know
Saturday is
anything.
the
Never
I
mind.
was like,
It's the
wait,
10th.
huh?
It's for sure the 10th.
I don't know
I've
anything.
checked.
That's fine. You got it. You got it.
I have a panel called Iron DM that I'm going to be doing, which is going to be putting 2 players, two people are going to try and create a one-shot in an hour, and then we're going to walk through how they made it and talk about it, and they're going to have special restrictions that we get to them, and secret ingredients and all that. And I'm very, very excited for it.
I heard you invited Tate and didn't invite me, and frankly, we'll have a conversation about that later.
Okay. Yes.
No,
Yes.
I agree. It's also a racial microaggression. I agree. That too is a racial microaggression. Thank you, Spree.
Of the contestants. So yes.
Yeah, baby, have fun. Don't worry about it. I'm just dealing with you.
That's all for me. I will pass it over to Sir Heck.
Hey guys, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You know, I played Tateman Feldas, the medic who, you saw what happened. Anyway, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter and Instagram and in our lovely Discord that you should definitely join at Sir Heckalot. In terms of what I will be in next, I will be in things every Thursday this month for TPK. So if it's a Thursday, I'm gonna be on that night. You will catch me in just a couple of hours along with Turk, recapping everything that happened in TPK this week over on Total Party Recap. Other than that, you can find me here, you know, on this show every other Sunday, as well as every other Saturday on Seven Suns.
He's Death's
Except for
wife.
this last one. Yeah, with my wife who is Death.
With my
It's
wife, who's Death.
my yes.
Death,
exactly.
we're married.
We're married. It's great. It's a
You're
fun
very
time.
well.
It's my favorite thing, actually. I'm
Yeah.
gonna write that email till it's dead. It's great.
Well, wait. How does Till Death Do Us Part work?
You just
That's
never.
a question for later. Yeah, I
You
guess
just
we
never
never do.
part. You just never break up. It's permanent.
That's actually very wholesome.
Oh.
But anyway, that's all I have. Let's keep on moving through the overlay before we conceptualize this more.
All right, well, that leaves it to me. Everybody, my name is Turk, or Turk Accented on Twitch and Twitter. I was playing Kieran Lopata. I just realized I can make some passing comment about taking someone to the belly, but, no, wait, that wasn't it. Taking a load to the belly. That was the, anyway. Yeah. Blew some stuff up. Did some cool group activities. And, if you want to see more of my faces, I be other kinds of characters rather than just ones that jar the pants off of everybody. Then you can find me obviously tonight, where I'll be talking about all the really cool things we did with TBK, obviously with 12 Hour Recap. And then I'm not going to be on your screens till this Saturday with Dark Echoes as we return. My city is on fire. How about yours? Kind of the way I like it, though. I never get bored. And then, hey now, it's Bart's Refrain time. I can't keep going with that. But it will be a double header on Saturday, so I'll be forever taking your entire day up, and it'll be awesome, and we'll all have a good time, and we probably won't cry too much. Then, of course, I'll be on Harper's on the 22nd, and I'll be over on Nat 20 for Roundhouse Alpha on the 24th. So, unfortunately, gonna have to watch the VOD for that, because you should definitely check out Many. And then got a bunch of other really fun stuff, but it's really far in the future. But I will be right back here, not next Saturday, but Saturday after that. So with that, I'm gonna throw it over to Meg.
I am Meg Mysteria. I played Lenora Valseer, where I almost died and got really mad about it and burst people into flames for it. But
There's a lot of that happening.
but not much different from how I usually play her anyway. But between now and the next time you see me here in a couple of weeks, I've got one, I'll be trying to stream some on my personal channel tomorrow and Tuesday, but after that, you'll see me over on TPK on the 23rd for our Age of Sigmar Soulbound campaign, God King's Calling. And shoot, there was something else. I thought there was something else. Maybe I'm crazy. But I'll go ahead, pretending there's something else, I'll go ahead and announce what I'm doing for TPK Con. I haven't announced it over on TPK yet, but it is on the schedule, so I'm gonna do it here. I will be first up in the con on July 9th. That'll be 9 a.m. Eastern. We are doing a discussion panel about finding your niche when it comes to role-playing and just being in TTRPG and a TTRPG in general, whether that's GMing, playing, etc. So yeah, that'll be fun. There's no pressure for being the first panel. None at all.
You have no expectations.
I'm setting the tone for the whole thing, and I'm very stressed out. But I'm gonna throw it over to Shockpoint.
We have faith in you. You'll be ready.
All right. So yeah, I've been Shockpoint Farrier. I play Ziggurat 86, who apparently is the most humanitarian tech priest ever to exist, and a child is the first thing to void his warranty. What the hell?
Hey, listen, happens sometimes. Kids are cruel. You know what they say. That's how they get you.
Say the darndest things.
Occasionally with knives in their hands.
Yeah.
A knife!
A knife!
But yeah.
No!
But back on point. So yes, I am also on Twitch. I will be streaming on my own channel tomorrow, Wednesday, hopefully, if things go according to plan, as well as Saturday, doing my own usual things. I have various other pokers in the fire that need to be checked up on. I'll announce them when they're more thoroughly done and ready to go. But yeah, you can also find me on Twitter at sharkpoint622. And I believe that covers everything. I'll be back here Sunday after next when we meet back up.
Fair enough. And I guess lastly, I've been Young Foxxii, aka Big Foxxii, aka Baron Von Foxxii, your favorite fox. If you like the things that I do and the way that I do them, you can probably find me somewhere on the internet, usually on the Twitter sphere at Young Foxxii. That's YUNG_FOXXII. Talk a lot of shit and dunk on right wingers a lot. It's pretty fun. If you want to see me in other things, the next thing you'll see me in is tomorrow over on TPK Roleplay for Roundhouse Omega, where I have a sneaking suspicion you'll probably want to catch that one if you're a fan of me, according to DMF Saint. Outside of that, you won't see me on Undergrowth anymore because it's over now. But you will see me Friday because Cold Hands Warm Hearts is back, which is fucking awesome. I can't wait to be a big robot again. So I'll be there Friday. And so then after that, you'll catch me. Oh, actually, believe it or not, this coming up Saturday, despite it not being a normal Neon Light stream, we have something a little bit different happening for you guys. I've gathered some friends, a couple of goobers, and we happen to find a supplement that turns 5th edition into the Naruto universe. So we're gonna play that for a one shot. But before we play that, we're gonna play Proper Nerdy's Generational and rewrite the lore of Naruto using that. So our entire session 0 will be recorded and will be streamed live as a sub-only stream next Saturday. So if you absolutely want to catch that, drop a sub or a Twitch Prime sub because it's gonna be super awesome. But don't worry, because we're not ruthless capitalists. If you happen to miss that stream or you aren't subbed, we will air the VOD of it on Sunday and replacing our Cyberpunk stream because Tate will be gone for Father's Day. So either way, be gone. Stick around to catch that session 0. We're gonna create Naruto characters. It's gonna be super, super fun. And the one shot will happen sometime after that. Michelle will be running the one shot. It's gonna be great. Cannot wait for that. Outside of that, you'll catch me then, not in Cyberpunk that weekend, but then back here in 2 weeks on Saturday for GMing Seven Sons and on Sunday for GMing this lot again. And other than that, I'm always here on hanging out in this Discord. I'm over on TPK's Discord too, goofing off there. Heck, I'm even in Net20's Discord and I hang out there sometimes and goof off every now and then. So just catch me around the internet doing stuff, Thank you guys all so much for coming to hang out with us. I just want to real quick ask, how y'all feeling? How was today's session? How are we feeling about today?
Wild from start to finish.
I don't know if I should have let that kid live, but I've done it now.
Appreciate you letting the kid live. I actually wasn't sure you were gonna play that out, but I appreciate you letting the kid live. I didn't know how it was gonna go. I was kind of prepared to be like, all right, you know what? Fuck this kid. It's just like kill him.
That's not a child. That's a heretic.
Oh my god.
It's not a child. It's an enemy combatant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Ziggy made sure he was no longer an enemy combatant by removing the knife.
Disarmed him.
That's fair. I mean, that's all you know, but the casualty report might say something else. Looking at you, U.S. government. Oh, that's not a 13-year-old boy we blew up with a drone strike. It's an enemy combatant. There was an AK a block away from his house. He clearly was an enemy combatant.
Hey man,
Military.
all the buildings out there look the same. I can't tell a weapons depot from a school. I just fly the drones.
I can't tell Hamas rocket depot from a UN school. Looking at you, Israel. Anyway, before I get more political, yeah. So I guess did everyone feel like they had a good time? They had some fun. Everyone feel like they were fully represented.
Yeah.
Originally, I intended for the siege to be all one mission. I thought we were going to just be able to get through all of it, and I don't think you guys played combat particularly slow. I mean, minus like the one rule strip up we had, like you guys played pretty swiftly. I think we just had like a lot of really involved role play in that first part, which I kind of wanted and was prepared for. So I was kind of fine with it. And like I was thinking to myself, like, do I want to rush the rest of the siege, or do I want to just split this up into 2 sessions and like try to make that actually drawn out and have some more time with it? And I think I'm more cool with the drawing it out and having more time with it. So yeah. How are y'all feeling about that? Would y'all have preferred if we just bum rush through it, or would y'all prefer, thought it'd be better to split it?
I don't
Slow burn's
mind.
good.
Yes,
I
I
don't
don't mind
mind.
the slow burn
Yeah,
like
yeah.
resource. I've never had to I don't think any of us have ever had to reload one of our las rifles yet, and
No.
I think that's pretty cool to explore. I mean, like I'm obviously like worried because I'm sitting there with like my boom boom juices running low already.
Fair.
Actually, well, no, it's not. It's an infinite well. Try me. But you know, the explosives guy is like looking at his ammo count constantly and being like, also, hey everyone, remember how we're super jazzed that this guy just randomly showed up out of nowhere in a tank? As a carrying character, of course, super happy. Out of character, he's fucking gene stealers. Guys, why are we like,
Suspicious.
yes, strange person
Suspicious.
showing up out of nowhere? Fine, come along.
Yeah,
Because only
I,
like 2 of us know about the gene stealers
Mhm.
in character.
What's a gene stealer?
what's the G?
Yeah, exactly.
Do they take your pants?
Yeah,
my
usually they're
Among other things.
okay, guys. You're all wearing
No.
cargos. You shouldn't have
Oh.
anything to worry about. You know, you
Oh,
should all
dang.
be fine.
But I'm in
got
there for
Capris
They're
on.
gonna take my jorts.
You've all got capris on. You'll be fine. Don't worry.
George.
Not the jorts. Having said that,
Oh no.
if there's nothing
Am I a
else,
gene
any
stealer?
final parting comments? If there are any questions from chat, any random questions for our players or for me, feel free to throw them out. While we're settling off here. But if there's any parting thoughts from my players, feel free to speak them or voice them now.
I will. I will flirt with everything, and you can't stop me.
I'm not here to stop you. I'm here to enable you. Actually, if you hadn't noticed, that's kind of my job.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what I'm here for. I'll hate it, but I'll do it the whole time. I hate most
Will
of
you
my
hate
job.
it though?
Okay.
Anybody know how to vibe check
Do
a
you
tank?
hate it?
Anybody know how to?
Oh my god.
You hate it.
I
don't
just
think you
did.
do
I
hate
just
it.
did. I just did. It's called a crack grenade into the exposed rear.
That is in fact how you vibe check a tank with a crack missile into the exposed rear. That's usually how you do that. Personally, I think that makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm. Or
In any
run
case-
up, open the hatch, shout vibe check, and throw a frag in there.
The vibe check. Just close the hatch again. All right, let's see. Who's
Failed.
live? Anybody got any raid targets for us?
Let's see who's on.
Neon
Who's on
Lights.
right now?
Tabletop Anthologies is
Guild
on right
Patrol
now.
is on.
Power move and raid E3.
Raid E3, yeah, that's
Oh my god,
really
imagine.
showing them.
Okay, but
Guild
hear me out.
Patrol,
Hear me
Blue
out.
Box.
We raid the Bob Ross stream.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold
It was
on.
a joke, but you know.
TTRPG.
Wait a minute. Nah,
TTRPG.
Y'all need a way to unwind, and if that's by painting happy little trees, let's do it.
Yeah.
I can respect that. You know, what's the channel for the Bob
I
Ross?
think it's just Bob Ross. Hold on. Yeah, it's just Bob Ross.
It's sure they have
A
2.4
capital B,
thousand viewers.
capital R.
All right, everybody.
Bob
We're
Ross.
rating Bob Ross. I don't know. Go have fun over there and tiny trees. Did that not work? Did Twitch just say no? Okay, Twitch just said
They
no.
might have raids
They may have
disabled.
raided.
They probably
Chris
do.
said
All
no.
right, in which case, we're rating Tabletop Anthologies because they're live right now. So we're gonna head over
Okay.
to them. Do we have anything to tell them? Do we have anything fun to say to them?
Hashtag Skillshare.
Yeah.
I have a condition. I don't miss.
Hashtag Skillshare, hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag non-sponsored content. Anywho, I've been Young Foxxii. These have been my players. Thank you guys very much for coming to hang out with us. We're gonna say hi to Tabletop Anthologies. Go say hi to them. Tell them we sent you. Have a great day. Enjoy your Sundays and your weeks. See us around. Please follow all my players because they're great people and I love them so much. They deserve all the flowers in the universe. And I will see them and you all in 2 weeks. Bye, babies.
Yeah.
Bye.
We raiding.
We raid.
You can bring us out.